Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Amazing. Hello, everyone. Once again, on this second attempt, welcome to Sonic Robo Cast 2, the podcast that's name is almost as stupid as its namesake. And that joke was less funny the second time, but no one heard it, so now it's funny. I'm here with my good friends, and we're going to talk about this weird fan game for like an hour and 15 minutes or something. And I should probably introduce myself for people who don't know me super well, but obviously I'm Krabs. I've been around since I've been like 12, playing 1.9.4, and I've been mapping for like ever. So I'm probably most well known for mapping and like a little bit of Lua stuff, and I guess my battle server. So yeah. I also have Larz T, if you want to introduce yourself.
Howdy, guys. Larz T here. Big part of the community. Like I said, I've been around as long as since 2010. Again, illegally on the forums. I was 12 years old. Got many stories about me doing shenanigans when I was 12. But currently, I'm a judge at the SRB2 message board, and I love seeing everyone's creations and just helping everyone just, get everybody get mods out for everyone else to play and enjoy. And I also make a couple stuff here on the down low. Still learning a lot of stuff on the way, but yeah, no, it's great to be here and here to take us off right now. Just to toss the ball is Kwiin.
Hey y'all, Scott here. God damn it. So
Vsauce.
Look, I made a big arch in the background. Are you proud of me? Yeah, I make maps. I made no ODC map. I made, with Kana, I made Foliage Furnace. That was fun. You should vote it in first. But yeah, I've been in this community since I was like 9. So that's fun. I made my account in 2017. I was still illegally on here. I was 12 then.
Well, that's 2 of us who have been violating Kappa.
Yeah.
That is illegally.
And is that it for your introduction, Kwiin?
Yeah, I think so. I have
by the
nothing
way,
else to say. That was
a few people were saying I'm quiet. Is it better now?
Yeah, I turned you off.
Okay, great.
And special guest today.
Let's introduce 7th Sentinel, aka Sev, aka Big Sev, aka Funny Turtle Man, who we're having on the podcast today. Mostly as one of the people who worked on Snap the Sentinel, which is a brand new, I guess you could say it's like a fully indie game that's running on GZ Doom. That's really cool, and you can download it for free, and we're going to be talking about that in addition to SRB2. So do you want to introduce yourself? Or
Hello, it's me, the 7 man with the 7 plan. Happy to be here. I've been in the SRB2 community probably since something around like 2008 to 2010, something like that. I was there for a couple of years, took a couple years off, came back, met my lovely girlfriend through this community, and eventually became a developer. And now I am in charge of way too many things, and please help.
Hey, me too.
hey,
But it's good to be here, and it's good to be in this community with you guys.
I really appreciate that.
You know what? Being in charge of way too many things is a fun thing to do. I don't know why. It just is. Anyway,
All I got.
so I just want to talk a little bit before we get into like the meat of this, just about the podcast and the fact that it exists. I am really surprised we got 41 viewers. That is 41 more than I expected. So that makes me really happy. And I also, I have no idea what we're going to do in terms of schedule, if we're going to do this once every decade or once every week or whatever. And that's basically on you guys. So tell us, what you think is right, because we are here to provide the content.
hourly podcasts.
Yes, sir.
Hourly podcast. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because right now, like my plan, at least yesterday, my plan was to do one every OLDC season. But I'm
That's a
totally
long
down
time.
to do it, monthly or weekly. Secondly,
Like I totally think we could talk for a few hours about OLDC after all the votes roll in and we know who wins. Like
Yeah.
that'd make for an episode 2.
Yeah, we're not gonna go in depth on every OLDC map today because I don't want to influence the votes too much. Except for the fact that I guess you should vote Foliage Furnace in first because Kwiin said so. Kwiin.
Exactly.
And keep in
It went
mind.
hard today.
Yeah, keep in mind, guys. I found out that even though it's on the release thread, I totally forgot about it because the days have just been meshing together. Voting ends in 4 days, so please make sure you get all your votes in. Vote for every single
Yes.
map in each division, because every vote
And
counts.
we will remind you again later. And we'll be really annoying about it.
Yes, sir. or at least one of us will on the official server.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So I think I want to start off with Snap the Sentinel because I know technically this is an SRB2 podcast, but this, it's a game that has been made by pretty much all really prominent members of the community, and it's a game that really, I think, if you even remotely enjoy like Doom type games and shoot 'em ups, you will enjoy. So, and plus, like this game, SRB2 being around for as long as it has, at having like an actual legal way to like support some of the people who are behind it is super cool to me. So I think Sev, I basically with Snap the Sentinel, I mean, in case anyone doesn't know what it is, it was a game created for I think it's the 7D FPS jam or 7-day FPS game jam.
Yeah, 7-day first-person shooter, so 7D FPS.
And the team would be 7th Sentinel, Jack Jims, who you might know from 3D Model Person, Velocitoni, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
I think you are.
Chengi,
Chenji.
and I believe some others, Chenji, and I believe some others were all involved in that project. So it's a really cool project. I think it's well worth your time to check it out.
You listed everybody except for Tyrael Salt.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
You know what? The reason I didn't list Tyrael Salt is because I was looking at the tweet that Tyrael Salt made about it, but they only listed every other person in the tweet, and I wasn't looking at the at the top. So my B.
You're good.
And yeah, just to like a quick little rundown, it is a Doom-like that's inspired by SNES and Genesis era run and gun games. It has all these different power-ups and it has like 5 really big levels. It even has a hard mode where the levels are different, and some of them, like there's even one level in hard mode where you go through it kind of backwards, so it's pretty replayable.
Oh, really?
And it's just it's a lot of like really cool arcade fun. And I just thought, like, because this thing was made in like 3 weeks, so I'm really excited to talk about it, at least for a little bit. So I just wanted to talk to Sev for a bit, like, how did this project really like come to exist? Because this is pretty random, to be honest, that it exists.
Also,
that's a fair observation. Or were you going to say something, Larz?
Oh yeah. Do you want me to pull up some Snap gameplay real quick?
I
Yeah,
would love
please.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can boot the game, or you can show everybody the trailer. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and start. So basically, the way that Snap started was just as Snap was going to be just my OC, because like everybody not everybody, but like a lot of people in this community have characters that represent them these days. And because what I had before was I just had like an anthropomorphic 7 with arms and legs and sunglasses, and I knew that if that was ever going to be like in SRB2 cart, then it wasn't going to work that well, because like from the back all you were going to see was a rectangle. So I kind of threw some ideas around for a long time, and I knew I wanted to make my username make sense in the context of the character. So I created Snap, and basically I gave Velocitoni a really crappy, pretty much MS Paint drawing of him, and he really brought the character to life. So then a week or two passed, and my lovely girlfriend, Tyrael Salt, who I will refer to from here on out as Sally, because everybody calls her that. Sally came up to me, and she was like, "Hey, I just heard about this first-person shooter game jam. Do you wanna help me make a game?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, I want to help you make a game." And the way that she heard about it, because she follows Terminus EST13, Terminus EST13, however you pronounce that. She follows that guy on Twitter, and Terminus is a very prominent figure in the GZ Doom, Z Doom, whatever community. So Terminus had tweeted about it, and that's how she heard of it rather. And we were talking about it in a little bit, and I wanted to help her do it, and she's like, "Okay, well we need to figure out like what we're making this game about exactly." And I said, "Well, why don't we use my new character Snap?" And she said, "Okay." Some people do get confused, and like they think the character was made for the game jam. It was actually the other way around. So
yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, I know
that.
I know it was Sev's avatar on Discord for longer than that.
Because
Yeah.
I remember, I think Hinote did a take on your character, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Like, as I saw him on Twitter. And
I haven't seen that.
You were trying to think of a name for it for a little bit, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, like I had a couple ideas for him, but like one of the first ideas I had for him was Snap. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna name him Snap. That's too on the nose. And then like a week or two later, I still didn't have a name, so I'm just like, all right, I'm calling him Snap. That's it.
I mean,
It's
we
Snap.
live in a world where there's a character named Tails who has tails. Wow.
I figured it was fine because I mean, yeah, there's Tails, and then like Sonic is named Sonic because he goes fast, and I'm just like, you know what, it's fine. It makes sense. It makes enough sense.
And you know, another thing that I'm kind of realizing now is that like there aren't a lot of like I almost feel like this game fills a bit of a void that doesn't exist because like you know back during those early shooter days when Doom was created, like there wasn't really like I guess a 90s mascot shooter game.
You know, I
Not
haven't
that
really
I
thought
know
about
of.
that, but you're right.
Yeah, it's basically something that doesn't exist. I'm sure it does exist, but you know, it's probably not as funny as Turtle Man run around with a gun.
Yeah, I mean, I think the closest you really get there is like Jazz Jackrabbit, but then that's a 2D shooter, so
Oh, I don't know anything about Jazz Jackrabbit actually.
Jazz Jackrabbit is also a very fast character.
Okay.
There's some good music in that game. If you ever have time, you guys should all check it out a little bit.
Definitely.
Right, where was
we'll
I?
do.
Oh yeah, I also wanted to say like so another thing that really impressed me with this game, besides the fact that, you know, Snap is a really cool character and the game just feels really good. Like when you compare this game to Doom, it is a lot more arcadey, a lot more like almost like Contra-y or like a
Gunstar
Bloodhound
Heroes.
game. Yeah. And I just thought like maybe you could talk a little bit about like what you were thinking about gameplay wise with this game to like set it apart from Doom, because it's kind of stands on its own even though it has the same control scheme and everything.
Well, I do have to preface this by saying like I personally did not have like that much to do with the game mechanics because all the programming was Sally's work. So she got to decide like the vast majority of what was going in the game.
Right.
But I know like her main inspiration was like Gunstar Heroes. I mean, she wanted to take stuff from like all kinds of stuff, like, you know, Wild Guns, Metal Slug, Contra, like all those 16-bit type running guns. So like that was the main inspiration behind like most of the weapons and things. As far as like the level layouts, those are more inspired by the Megawads Scythe and Scythe 2 for Doom 2. Because the way those are laid out is like you kind of get this, well, the way her favorite levels are laid out anyway, is you kind of get this central area and then things that kind of branch off it and come back in and you know, sort of guide the player to where they need to go next. So we really wanted to replicate that because we thought that was a really good way to design the levels.
Huh. Because also, I think the modern Doom games do that pretty well too, and that's my only Doom background. So this, even though it was based off of classic Doom, it felt right at home for me.
I am glad. But yeah, I've always been a big fan of like Doom 1, and you know I like Doom 2. So you know, Sally and I had both made several Doom maps in the past, so you know we had enough practice.
Yeah, like I remember back in the day, like when we all first like got together, like you, Sal, and I, we used to play a lot of that one Doom mod, Sarah's Stronghold, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's called Samsara, right?
Samsara Stronghold, I do believe. And that was like genuinely one of the best Doom experience I ever had with anybody. For the most part. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a great mod.
Would you recommend it to someone like me who hasn't played Doom 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever?
Honestly, if you, Kwiin, and even Sev sometimes want to like get together and just do a couple rounds, because it's kind of like endurance, like, you know, you just stay alive and get through all the waves. But honestly, like, it's just a fun, like, cooperative, like, FPS with everybody. Like, Sev, Sally, and I used to do a lot of runs.
Yeah, I'm weird and haven't really bothered with FPSs aside from Snap. So I will say you did a good job at making it really accessible. Because I can understand generally what was going on without a background in FPS games.
Yeah, I'm really proud of how accessible we made it. It's all really Sally's great work to make it that way.
She kicks ass. That's all I'll say. I really like her a lot. You guys are one of like the closest friends I have in SRV2, so I really appreciate it. Just making something cool.
That's very cute.
Thank you. Oh.
Never do that again.
Alright, my bad.
No. We embrace cuteness. We embrace weirdness. And I also have in my show notes just a bullet point that says you can kick things, because when I played this for the first time, I was like obsessed with the fact that you can kick things in this game.
Oh yeah.
It is insanely satisfying. And it reminds me, and once again, to talk about modern Doom, like the glory kills in those games, it's like a funny cartoon version of that. And I don't know, something about that just really brought it all home for me.
See, I enjoyed baiting enemies around a corner and then kicking them in the face.
Yeah. Well, that's also like one of the ways with like those really high HP, like super dangerous enemies where you can just kind of stun lock them. I kind of felt like that was one of the best strategies in those big rooms where there's tons of different enemies later on in hard mode. And hard mode is really hard.
I knew early on that like I wanted him to have some kind of melee attack, and you know, given that you had a little bit of melee already in Gunstar, Sally was right on board with that.
The funny thing was, I didn't even know there was a kick. I literally was like, "There's got to be like a melee attack," and then I joined like the stream on the OS, and then I was like, "How do you kick?" And you're like, right click, and I was like, every button, and I tried besides that one. I was so frustrated.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I mean, I don't blame you, given that like that's not really a thing in Doom.
But I appreciate like the inclusion for sure.
I know like GZ Doom, its menus are really kind of not great. So after opening the controls menu and like having a negative experience to say the least, like I just went in game and just started hitting buttons and it felt great. Like I didn't need to go change any settings. There's no need to open any settings in this game. And in fact, it might even be better if the menu was freaking removed. I'm kind of
I don't know about that.
I'm joking.
So,
but
oh my bad.
Yeah.
I got a question
go ahead.
for Sev. Like looking at Snap, how come you went with the turtle? I don't think that was asked yet.
You know, that is a great question. So one of the ideas I had originally was I was going to make him a bird. And what ended up happening with that is like, because you guys might know James, who's a developer on the Cart team. And you may also know that he is generally represented by a bird. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, I like birds, but we can't have two Jameses around here who are both birds. My real name. I'm like, that's not going to work. So I'm like, okay, well, I know that I know that this character needs to, kind of have like some Rambo qualities and stuff like that. What's a tough animal? And then I kind of didn't really think about it that hard. And then like when I was talking to Oni about the character, he's like, well, man, you just gotta pick an animal you like. I'm like, you know what? I like turtles.
Oh, turtle. Memes aside.
And that
memes
also,
aside, like, I think turtles are cool.
And that also creates like the absolute like Gex level pun of "Let's raise Shell."
Yeah, that came along later.
Like, I don't know if this is insulting or a compliment, but I did get a few Gex vibes from the voiceovers.
Like, I was kind of going for more of like a Duke 3D thing. I mean, I haven't really played Gex that much.
And yeah, and that's another thing for the voice lines. I know that like originally, like you said somewhere like in the OS that like the voice lines were kind of added later into development.
Yeah. So originally, like, we weren't really gonna have them, and then I was thinking about it. And I was like, well, I really want Snap to have a lot of personality in the game. So one of the original ideas was I was just gonna have him say a line like at the start of every level. Most of those lines are still in the game files. We just didn't remove them. Those might end up getting added later, but probably not. But anyway, I just really wanted to kind of give him some personality and sort of put my voice in there. Not like, I mean, yeah, literally, but like also figuratively. Because I just wanted him to be like a cool guy, kind of give like different vibes. Because I think I really, when I played Duke 3D, I really enjoyed like the inclusion of that, and I really thought it made Duke stronger as a character. So,
yeah, that reminds me. One of the things that I did when I was playing this game that I had way too much fun with is like when I started a stage, I would press E against walls to the beat of the music, and you just go,
Yeah.
I'm glad people
That's
enjoy
way
that.
better than the weird Doom grunt.
I was gonna have like 2 or 3 other sounds for you can't do anything with this, but then I was talking to Oni after release. He's like, dude, you can't add them. This is too iconic. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, no.
It is. I would actually uninstall if you changed it.
Damn.
And I remember recording for
cold,
recording for my blind playthrough on my channel. I was like, I hit a wall. And then Snap was like, and I was like, what do you mean, I was like panicking. I was like, what do you mean?
I stubbed my toe on this wall. And
Yeah.
now it hurt.
But yeah, there's like also some unused voice clips for finding secrets and stuff. Because I wanted to have like a large variety of them, but then we ended up, I forget how it worked out exactly, but like they ended up overlapping like the sounds for collecting items and stuff, so we had to cut some of those. So if you look into the game files, you'll find a good few unused voice clips.
Yeah. Oh, another thing I wanted to touch on is, so I very recently was able to beat the hard mode version of this game. And I know I mentioned it before, but the way the levels change in hard mode is definitely worth a second playthrough.
Really?
Because there's a lot of like, oh, this door doesn't open, so you have to go a different way, or oh, we're gonna go backwards through this level now, or oh, there's more enemies here, or there's like a completely different room that's exclusive to hard mode, and all of that just adds up, and it's just it's definitely worth a second playthrough. And also, it just kind of like, now that I've played through hard, normal doesn't feel the same in a sense. Like, it's kind of like when you, like, it forces you to have a different understanding of the game, so it really like turns it into more of like a hardcore old school shooter where you don't really get many chances to make any mistakes, and you get to really abuse all the weapons. So I definitely recommend playing on hard mode if you get a chance and you've already beaten it on normal.
Hey,
I would not recommend starting on hard.
Shout out to Sonic X 8K for beating it on Ultra Rude.
Ultra Rude. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think Ultra Rude. I mean, I guess you could try it if you want to, but like the developers, as far as I know, didn't even test it before it was released.
That is what I said a couple times, but it turns out I greatly exaggerated. Sally did test at least the final boss, to my knowledge, on very rude mode. So
Okay,
it wasn't completely untested. It was me who just completely ignored the mode until after release.
Still funny though.
That was so hype when like, cause literally Sonic X 8K was beating the final boss, and
that pop-off was legendary.
Yeah, no, like Sev was just like, all right, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta do something real quick. And then as soon as Sev left, Sonic's like, yes, and I was like, oh my god, you did it! And then Sev joins back immediately.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Like, could you blame me? Like he was fighting it for like half an hour or an hour. I'm like, okay, he'll get it eventually, but not yet. Nope.
Nope.
But yeah, like having the remix levels was all Sally's idea. You can really see it in maps 1 and 3, where you get the different opening at the start of map 1, which I don't really want to spoil for people who haven't played it yet. And you get like the whole backwards map thing in map 3, and I was just like really struggling to do much with it. But I think I did I think I did a serviceable job, at least in map 4. But yeah, that's really something that I want to do more with, in whatever comes next.
See, I know after reading some things you said, I really want to try like mapping for a shooter, or maybe this game specifically.
Oh, it's fun.
Because
I actually
could not resist
making a map for this. I could not resist making a map for this. I recommend it. It also helps you learn UDMF, because you're gonna need to learn it.
Which is a great start.
Like, like any current SRB2 mapper should not have like that much trouble adapting to Snap's UDMF stuff, because I mean you're just working in Ultimate Doom Builder instead of Zone Builder. Beyond that, like line defs are still line defs. Slopes are easier to work with, and all that kind of thing. There's like a wizard that helps you make doors that you can open and stuff, so that gets really easy.
Oh, there's a wizard?
Yeah,
I was doing
like,
everything.
It's literally a button. You just like tell it, oh well, I want the door to have this texture, I want the ceiling to have this texture, I want the floor to have this texture, and I want like the sides, like from where it opens, to have like this door track texture. And that maybe I do or I don't want the what do you call it, the texture offsets reset. Maybe I do or I don't want to apply like the generic door open tags, or actions rather. You can put a tag in there too. But yeah, like it's really not that hard to make these levels, which was of course super helpful during development. I mean, one of the reasons we picked the GZ Doom engine to start out with is because it was so easy to prototype things, like not just map wise, but as far as like coding wise too. Because the GZ Doom engine has, I mean, SRB2 has Lua, and sort of the quote unquote equivalent to that is ZScript, which is, like I said, extremely easy to prototype. You basically get access to all the actions you would have been able to do with line def actions, and decorate, which is Doom's equivalent to sock. So yeah, I mean, it's like SRB2. Like the limits are really just whatever you come up with.
Someone brings up in the chat something I really agree with, and that is this engine renders, like the way it renders lighting and the palette colors is definitely better than SRB2.
For sure.
Like it's actually really nice looking.
Yeah, also, we really wanted to use the palette shader to give it that retro look, especially because Sally made a whole new palette for the game, and it really shines with the palette shader. Because I mean, the way it works is by default it's rendering in like OpenGL mode, with like a shader on top of it. So like if you mess around with it, you can get true color running, but it just doesn't look as good as with the shader, because the palette's just so good.
That's like my big pet peeve with OGL in SRB2. It just doesn't look the same.
That's why I'm a software elitist, in my opinion.
See, I think if we could get good palette shaders for OpenGL, that'd be really nice. I remember there was like a build on the Git for it, but I don't know whatever happened to it.
Let's just hope a random person comes out of nowhere and accidentally ports the entire SRB2 to GZ Doom.
Yeah, good luck with
anyone asking for it.
Good luck with that.
Press the port button.
Yeah, it's that easy. Why hasn't anybody done it yet?
Yeah.
I wish it was
Bob,
easier.
And one last thing I kind of wanted to touch on with this game is the soundtrack, because correct me if I'm wrong, did you, Sev, compose the whole thing yourself, or?
The entire soundtrack is my work, yes. All of the sound effects are my work too, if you're wondering.
Oh, okay. I had no idea you did all the sound effects too, because those are really, like, a lot of those sound effects are really satisfying. Like, especially the bomb blasts, and just like that gun is amazing. I love that gun.
I'm so
I could
glad
talk about
to
the
hear
bomb
that.
blast. But yeah, I really enjoyed the soundtrack, and you know, in terms of like, if anyone wants to support this game, not only can you, you know, I think it's only a couple bucks to get a download of the soundtrack on Bandcamp.
It is $4,
let me see if I can find the link for that so I can put it in the chat.
I mean, honestly, like, if you just give them a link to the game page, there's
yeah,
a
that's
link to
true.
the soundtrack on it if you press more information or something. But yeah, we really appreciate the support we've gotten so far, because there is also like the option to donate through itch.io, and we've had quite a few people support us that way. So thank you to all those people. I had
That's really excellent.
Yeah, I had a couple sales for the soundtrack so far, so that goes to me directly. So thank you to those people. You know, we've also got Ko-fi and Patreon and all that. If you check out our various Twitter pages, and yeah, it's really great to how do I want to phrase this? I don't know. It's just really great to have the support of the general community. And I'm really glad. And it really motivates me to, you know, continue doing. I don't know what's going to be next for Snap, or if we're going to extend the game or make a sequel or what. But I'm definitely not done with Snap. There's going to be something more with Snap eventually.
Lore? Question mark.
Lore. We need to Snap.
I actually like wrote so much lore the other day at work, and I'm afraid I can't tell you any of it, because like even like more of Snap's backstory feeds into like ideas I have for sequels.
I'm looking forward to it, my man.
That's hilarious.
I'm so glad.
Snap 2, now in SRB 2.
Could you at least tell me what the shark guy is? Like, what's his deal? Is he just like a big evil businessman?
So let me pull up the itch.io page, because I can kind of read from that, and then. Yeah, I mean, like, pretty much all the story is on that page, but I'll reiterate for the sake of everybody here.
Oh yeah, I definitely forgot to read. Mubby.
So, Conrad Ocean, the Shark Man, basically, he comes from the sea, of course, and he is born into a wealthy family, and he ends up with the family fortune. And then some things happen which I can't really elaborate on right now, but he ends up being exiled from like all the world's seas, and he loses his mind basically and becomes bent on destruction of the oceans. So basically what he does is, to go about destroying it, is he uses his business knowledge and his wealth to create a business empire and factories and skyscrapers, and he uses like corruption, corrupt people that are higher ups in the world and stuff, and he basically makes it so that he can pollute as much as he wants into the ocean.
Wow.
And then like he's got like most of a worldwide monopoly going. And so, like, his robot army is there to help him take over, like, what's left. And, of course, those robots end up in Snap's homeland, which prompts him to stand up and fight for what's right.
They're really cool robots, too. Like, they all have really cool, cute designs, like, and they kind of all have pretty unique attack patterns that kind of weave together pretty well. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
and the 3D models are, of course, really good by Jack.
I was actually going to comment on the enemy design too. I really like all of them. Like they feel like straight up like they fit in this universe. And what was it? The
Arson Top is broken.
Arson Top? Yeah, no, I'm fighting one right now. They're scary. Like I'm just trying not to get hit by them.
Arson Tops will melt you. Yes.
I'm gonna interrupt 1 second to just say I understand that we just spent 1,000,000 years on Snap. We're probably gonna go super overtime. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear. Because I know we haven't even talked anything about SRB2 yet. But I'm totally down to just keep it slow and just give everything room to breathe.
We've gained viewers, though, so it seems like people are still interested.
Good. Good. I'm very glad.
Dude 64 asks, still waiting on the Crackle and Pop expansions. Any word on that, Seb?
That's it. That's my word.
What?
I didn't hear it. I was too busy laughing.
I did a comically large ha. Right. I wanted to elaborate on the models a little bit, because
yeah, please.
So like, as you know, Snap the Sentinel was made for Game Jam. We had the luxury of being able to start like 2 weeks early because the rules of the Game Jam are so lax. In fact, like you can still submit a game right now if you want to, even though like the deadline is technically over. So we really wanted to get it done before the deadline though. So, you know, of course we got Jack's help, and Sally designed the robots, and she wanted them to have like kind of simple designs so that they'd be like really quick for Jack to model and prototype. Because modeling for GZ Doom is not at all like modeling for SRB2. Because Jack sat down and like completely made Snap and all the animations for him in like a day.
Wow.
Huh.
Good for Jack.
It's just sad that people don't get to see it until that one room with the mirror.
Yeah, I wanted to use
That's
mirrors
impressive.
a little bit more in the level, but I just didn't have time. I was really crunching to get map 4 done.
Just get let's implement a third-person mode.
There is one.
Yeah, there is one.
Console.
If you type chase in the console, you can do chase cam.
Oh my god. I was looking for all online. I was using Chase Cam because that's like the SRB2 equivalent.
Yeah, in
Ours is
general,
not
like
more ours.
in general, the console commands are a little bit different, but you can just go to the GZ Doom, or excuse me, the Z Doom wiki and look them all up for anything you want to change.
Nice. I looked on forum pages and there are people just like, nope, no third person in GZ Doom.
Roll.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are spoiled by GZ Doom now, and going back to crusty ass SRB2 is gonna feel bad.
Yeah, we gotta clean off some of that crust.
I mean, like, Doom Legacy.
Yeah. Yup.
I love the Doom engine. In any iteration, the Doom engine is just, I don't know, there's something about it that just really, like the fact that it's just so easy to draw maps, and just, I don't know, the sprite art style that a lot of those games have.
The
It's
rapid
just,
prototyping.
It's kind of magical.
It's
Yeah.
great. That was like actually another reason like we specifically didn't do sprites, because if you sit down and do sprites, you're gonna spend so much time on them, whereas like, you know, a model takes so much less time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you want to kind of touch on with Snap before we move on to SRB2 related stuff?
No, not particularly. I just want to remind everybody that the game is downloadable for free right now for Windows at terialsalta.itch.io/snap-the-sentinel. You can also wonderful. You can also make it work on Mac and Ubuntu, I believe, because there are separate GZ Doom downloads on the GZ Doom website for that. And I've also found a couple ways to get it running on mobile, but you got to pay for that, and I don't really want to promote that because I'd rather people got to just experience it for free. But yeah, I think that's about it.
I've got one thing
Awesome.
to say, and this is for Larz recording right now.
What's up?
Turn in the console, turn your FOV to 125, and it'll feel like Quake.
Well, I think anything will feel more like.
Oh my god, no.
Oh lord.
7. Oh wow.
I mean, look, I like my high FOV, but I kind of like to keep it around the 100, 110 range.
Yeah, no, that just kind
See, I
of
got
gave
used
me a
to it
little
like this. I
nauseous.
was like, what if Quake?
Yeah, that's too much.
Did you guys have anything else for me, or are we about done?
Yeah, I think we're about done talking about Snap.
Okay.
So I just wanted to thank you so much for coming on And
thanks for having me.
Thank you for being a part of this cool game. Really like one of the biggest like random surprises that I enjoyed from this month. So it's just awesome. So
it's been a rough year, and it's been really rewarding to give people a little bit of a little something they can enjoy towards the end of it.
Wholesome.
And of course, this goes for pretty much any guest that we have on, but you are totally welcome to come on the show whenever you feel like it, even if we're like 15 minutes into an episode, 2 hours into an episode. If you want to come in and make a poop joke and come out, whatever you want to.
Oh man, see, you shouldn't give me ideas, because now I might have to do that.
Can we get a Danny DeVito impression real quick?
I'm here. I will give you too much power. Do whatever.
Well, I don't know if I could do Danny DeVito.
Officially friend of the show or whatever.
Sure. But yeah, I guess I'll get out of here then. See you guys later.
Thank you once again, Seth, for coming on. Really appreciate it, my man.
You're welcome.
Good night, man.
Good night.
Alright. So
Dude says, and this is why they never invite me on the show. So we gotta put his expectations and invite Dude onto the show.
We're down for a good poop joke.
Honestly, that would be really cool because I have a lot of respect for Dude.
Wait, real quick, just gonna.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have expressed interest in being on the show, and just kind of like, I don't know exactly how we're gonna handle like who's gonna be on the show each week, but I want to at least have me, Larz, Kwiin. I know Blues Weaver 4 couldn't make it tonight, but like that kind of group to stay sort of consistent.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll figure out who we're gonna have on the next show or guests or whatever. I know we have like at least one person who might be a guest on the next one, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, SRB2. This game. We have a lot to still go through. I know we've been here for like almost an hour, but I definitely want to get through a lot of topics. So we might, let's just do everything. Let's just do everything and do it with a certain amount of detail. I don't want to like skip over things because we're running on time. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is 2.3 because we don't have a lot of information on 2.3, and that makes sense because I'm sure the devs don't entirely know what's going to happen either, and I know they're probably figuring out a lot of stuff right now. But we do have the Discord channel Development, which is really stupid to pronounce.
Do you want me to pull
it
that
has
up
a lot
real
of
quick?
really cool. Yeah, that would be really cool because I want to talk about some of these GIFs and what they mean for the future of the game, and what the devs are basically experimenting with, and what could be in the game.
Oh wow, people joined our Discord? I didn't even know that was like...
Oh, who gave... Oh, cool.
They said they were gonna meet.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I definitely want to have... Okay, we can talk about this later. Let's go back to the cast. But yeah, in terms of development, I really want to talk about some of this stuff. Let me pull up my show notes for this. I think I'm just going to kind of go in order from like some of the smaller stuff to the most exciting stuff that has really grand implications about the game. Because 2.3 I think is going to be bigger than people... I don't know, I don't want to put the expectations too high. But I think 2.3 is going to be really cool.
Absolutely.
So there is this GIF that... let me see if I can scroll down and find it. It is one of the first few. This one from Dr. Tapeworm that is a shot of Greenfire Zone 1. And it has what is looking like a new Badnik in Greenfire Zone.
Oh yeah, real quick, do you want to link me to it real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, this is what we should be doing. Boom.
Alright, that works perfectly.
Okay.
So you can just kind of see that. Yep.
Yeah. So a lot of people have been saying this for a while. Greenfire Zone has probably the least expressive set of badniks. I mean, it pretty much just has the crawlers and the stupid fish.
That's my stupid
and if there was another type of badnik that I'm forgetting about, that's how forgettable they are. As much as I love Green Power, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what this thing is supposed to be. It's like a flying coconut or something, but it's really cute. I love it. And it's the first flying badnik in Green Fire Zone, so you know, I don't know if this is like definitely going to be in 2.3, but you know, the fact that there is a flying enemy in Green Fire Zone, it kind of gives you the ability to like have some aerial combat in that zone, which kind of felt a little bit like, you know, pretty much the only interesting badnik stuff that happens in that zone is Crawa bouncing. And I don't know if that's really a good thing. So I really appreciate this little guy. Do you guys have anything to say about him?
Yeah, I kind of have a theory about what this enemy might do. I feel like it's going to be like a vertical-based enemy, kind of like the stupid dumb name Robofish, but kind of more or less just bobbing up and down. But when he goes into that little state where he crunches up, I feel like he'll be invincible, and like you'll just kind of bounce back, like when you hit him if you're like a spin character. That's just my. I thought that was just
like a little animation.
See, what I think would be cool for an enemy is one to relieve the pressure on no spin characters a bit, where it's like what you said, except like Amy's hammer can still like defeat the bagnet.
What do you guys want to call him?
Yeah,
right
that
now?
would be interesting.
Just for
or like you could shoot it.
Oh, this thing? Dude, I got a name for it?
Just for the sake of the conversation, I'm gonna call him P-Hat.
It's the coconut thing.
Coconut thing?
I don't know.
Just for the sake of the conversation. Jimbo. All right.
Yeah. And also, like, this is, like, I think I'm seeing paper sprites on this little propeller leaves or something. Like, the level of badniks we've seen in 2.2, it's, like, so obvious which ones are the new ones, which ones are the old ones. Like, if you look at Red Volcano and Castle Eggman, you can clearly see where, like, kind of the most work was put in. And then you look at like Green Fire Zone, and it's just clearly lagging behind. So, you know, if that's all we have to say about that, I want to let me see if I can get a link for this. Here we go. So I'm gonna send you this link, and you can just scroll down, and there's two GIFs I want to talk about at once. It's this one, and then there's one directly under it with the emblem on it.
Sure thing.
And there are basically... Oh no, Kwiin, did you get like hacked?
No, I'm just having fun.
Oh, yeah, he's just memeing right now in the chat.
Okay, yeah, forget that. That's not important. Anyway, so this GIF, I guess we can talk about the emblem first. But I kind of want to talk about both the emblem and this flame shield. Just kind of want to show off like some of the visual changes that we're getting, because especially with like the emblems, it just kind of like sits there, and I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I wanted to just take a look at this and show it off, because paper sprites are awesome, and any kind of way that they're abused is cool in my book.
Definitely, paper sprites. Like, yeah. I don't know when they added them, but I remember first hearing about it, and there wasn't any really like implementation of it. Like, it was just kind of like, oh, I wonder. Like, I heard you could do this with the paper sprites, but like now seeing them like fully fledged, like this emblem GIF right here, it's really cool. It actually gives it a certain style, and I definitely like the 3D effect of it. And if I'm not mistaken, that's literally just one sprite, correct? Like
yeah, I think it's just one sprite, but like the little wings on the side are animated.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that.
If I remember correctly, Tatsuru was talking about it. It was in I think it was either in the CSCS or the Mystic Realm Community Edition chat, where he's talking about how it's like 4 sprites in one object.
Oh.
And how you get that moving and how you map it out.
Oh, yeah, I see how this is. There's like the front star, the back star, and the 2 wings. Yeah, it's cool. It kind of reminds me of like the little collectibles in Banjo-Kazooie, how they all have like a little bit of personality to them. Like, it's cute. rotates around and bounces. It's cool. I really appreciate the little touches like that. And also this new flame shield graphic, if you want to scroll up a little bit. Because I already... yeah, if you want to look at the GIF that's like directly above this one of the flame shield.
I got them both pulled up side by side now, so...
Yeah, there we go. I already was like pretty happy with like that shield resprite that happened at some point. That was I forgot when that was. It was like, I guess it was 2.1 where the shields got resprited and we got the cool Armageddon shield and all those things, right?
Yep, I remember there was early versions of the new monitors and sprites in Dumb Venture Volume 1 made by Dude 64, and I was like, dude, this is so cool! Like, and that was like back in 2011, so they've been brewing for a good bit.
Yeah, and just like the fact that the size of the shield is now correct. Like, I never realized how small they were in SRB2, but like everyone pokes their heads out of the top, and it looks really awkward in game right now.
Yeah, it's starting
with like seeing this. It's like all the shields that are in the game right now just don't look the same. I don't know. I'm spoiled by this GIF. It's very pretty.
I really like it a lot, for sure.
See, and what's fun about this, Radicalicious actually made a recreation of it that I think he put into resources in the Mystic Realm Community Edition server, so you can actually play with something similar to this.
Well, that's a private server, isn't it? Or is it public?
No, actually, MRC is very public. There's like a Discord link on the MB thread, as well as like in a few people's Twitters.
Well, that's fine. I'm just gonna wait. I want to wait for the official version, but it's very exciting to me. All these little changes are kind of what made 2.2 so magical to me. So I'm glad that it continues. Let's see, what else is there? Also, in sort of the same vein, if I can find these GIFs, we have some like menu and UI improvements.
Oh, I really want to talk about that.
And I know this is definitely... Where's this GIF? I wish I set up the links beforehand. Sorry, everyone.
It's kind of way up there.
There we go. It's so... Starting with this post... and this is like pretty small. It's just kind of like cool swooping effects for the text in CTF mode, and if you scroll down a little bit, it also has like new act clear, like the text is swooping in, right? And all these little touches that Jimmy Ta is working on, like that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about when I say that like 2.3 probably still has a lot to go, and like every little thing that like moves the game farther away from like that Doom look, like not that Doom look, but that like kind of unpolished look of like 1.09.4. I appreciate it all, and also this main menu. And I know this main menu is like not really what's going to be in 2.3 from what I remember, but you know. I don't know how it can be improved on.
I love this menu a lot. It's so slick.
It's so good.
And I always wanted custom menus in SRB2. For the longest time, I think the only application like that actually did custom menus was SRB2 Riders and the original SRB2 cart. Dude 64 cart to be specific. Or SRB2 cart Z. I honestly forget, it was so long ago. But seeing menus now in SRB2 is such a breath of fresh air. Like, it just adds to the UI experience, and I'm all for it personally.
Yeah, it's perfect. Well, okay, I know it's not really what's going to be in 2.3, but to me it's perfect. And if this gets improved upon, I'll be surprised. Anyway, another thing, this is kind of technical. I don't know if everyone's really going to be as excited about this as I am, but we go into the details of every little stupid thing. So, for those of you who are aware of paper sprites, there's another really exciting like technical achievement that's going to be in I don't know what version. Hopefully 2.3, hopefully earlier than 2.3. But this thing called Splats.
That's 2.2.9, I believe, actually.
Oh, really?
I
Oh, that's amazing.
believe so.
Okay, so
This Crash Bandicoot GIF. Those are Splats.
yes, this is the one. This is the one. So Splats are essentially. Oh, who just joined the voice call?
Yeah, they're finally adding Crash.
Oh, there we go. Hey, dude.
Hey, special guest, dude 64.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Dude64, and you might remember me from the forum. I'm the guy that always says "Welcome to releases."
You are the guy who always says "Welcome to releases."
Welcome to releases, dude.
I was talking about this earlier, where sometimes you just wake up in the morning and you look at releases section and there's like 15 new threads and it's all Dude64. Welcome to releases. Welcome to releases. It's like Christmas. It's very exciting.
Someone's got to do it, and we have other staff members, but I'm just the one that's on there the most.
Yeah, but Larz T is a lazy idiot, so you have to do it.
Hey. School was getting really nutty, but like I messaged you today. I'm like, feel free to take a break. I'll definitely pick up the slack for you.
Sometimes it happens, yeah.
All right, awesome. So glad to have you. Let's
turn you up real quick.
Yeah.
There
so Splats. I want to gush about Splats because Splats are incredible. They are like, how do I explain it? Paper sprites obviously are like, they're like a door. They're like horizontal, or they're vertical, they're flat, but you can only rotate them one way. But Splats are almost like a floor texture sprite that can be rotated. So you can kind of create these like almost polyobject looking crazy things. And it's just going to completely blow up all the crazy Lua stuff you can do and like crazy new hard-coded objects that are going to be in the game. And obviously, like, this is a funny joke. Haha, it's Crash Bandicoot. I don't think we're getting Crash Bandicoot mode. But,
never say never.
Alright.
Well, maybe not in the game, but I know somebody's going to try their hand at it.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. I'm geeking out about this because I can't wait to abuse the hell out of it and just make all kinds of weird gimmicks and like pendulums and this and that with the Splats. So
I remember like way way older. I don't know, like probably even 108 era. It was like you may recognize this one weird texture that looks like a cursor in older versions of the game if you were ever modding for it. And I believe that was supposed to be a splat for when the cannons are firing at you. For Castle Eggman Zone. So
I actually don't remember that.
Yeah, this has been a thing for a while. Well, it was going to be a thing for a while. Floor splats.
Yeah. I wonder, is the drop shadow technically a splat? I don't know.
No, it's a sprite.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird because like when you're in OGL and you look down, it does like kind of rotate correctly. I'm pretty sure. Huh. That's really interesting. But yeah, Splats are great. They're gonna make a lot of really beautiful looking 3D objects that almost look like they should not be able to work in SRV2. So I'm super excited for that.
The revolutionary thing about them is that you can slope them, which means sloped poly objects.
Now I really want to get into the exciting stuff because this GIF is insane. And it's not really insane, but allow me to explain what I think this GIF represents, right? I think what you would call this technically is a ceiling transfer. And I don't think it actually has anything to do with reverse gravity. I think...
Look at the drop shadows.
The drop shadow? Does the drop shadow go on the ceiling?
Yes.
Yeah, but... I don't know, something about it just I don't think Never would post a GIF like this when everyone and their mother has done like a funny like, oh, I'm gonna reverse the gravity and put a slope on the ceiling and there's my loop, it's a real loop.
Or zoom
like I feel like this GIF or zoom tube it. Like I feel like this GIF means more than that just because like at least what I think is going on behind the scenes is I don't think this is a gravity switch. Yeah, so someone says in the chat, according to a developer, it isn't fully grab flip. So I'm assuming that when you're...
I had actually asked him about it, and this is what I was told. if you look in the Discord. There's Nev saying, it uses part of the grab flip code, but it's not grab flip.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Because it's basically like you're attached to the ceiling, but gravity's still pulling on you downward. Probably. 1 second.
I do.
Yeah, I don't believe that Tails' sprite is actually flipping upside down when this happens either. I think the shine is on his ball form is still up on the upper part.
Just for a brief second, you can see like the shine go down a little bit. Just
yeah,
it does flip when you get off the
thing. It would do that, I think, in like a regular classic Sonic game when you're on the ceiling, right?
I think so. It's been a minute since I played Sonic 3.
Either way, like I'm pretty sure this doesn't mean we're gonna get like wall running or anything crazy like that. But we're definitely going to get more really cool, like, spin dash related ramps and weird, like, you know, every step that this game becomes closer to, like, the true classic Sonic experience is more and more exciting to me.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to open up the door for more possibilities for cool level design stuff.
Yeah.
But you were going to say something, dude?
Yeah, I can't wait to see the person who's crazy enough to have their custom character actually be capable of wall running, and actually give them a full range of sprites for that.
Oh lord,
there's gonna be someone. I already know.
Yeah, and I know like technically you could make it a lot easier by just saying, "Hey, SRB2 is a game that uses 3D models for everything now," but I don't think people would like that.
We're just not. It's just not going to happen for a while unless we actually do transfer over to GZ Doom someday.
Yeah, well, at least...
It's just not happening with the current engine at all.
Whatever ends up happening with this GIF, I'm very interested in it. That's all I'm going to say. Cause
absolutely.
It's crazy.
Well, I think this would be a good transition to talk about that one green flower edit that never posted too. Now,
well, I wouldn't call it an edit, but it's more... I think...
Revision.
You know, from what I know, it is probably just some kind of UDMF testing and playground, but I think it kind of represents what this game could be like on a regular basis, just like playing it. Like, there's a lot of things that's going on in this GIF. I kind of want to go through them one by one. First of all, we're looking at UDMF, the greatest thing ever. Which is why all those flowers are different sizes. It just and why the textures are scalable. You can make them any size you want. It's basically the greatest tool a mapper can have.
Yes, I've seen the power firsthand. I know what this is capable of. I've seen something that takes so long to do in the main game, and they just did it in seconds.
Right?
Yeah. It feels great.
I was watching,
and I wasn't totally on board until I did a little bit of Snap the Sentinel mapping and was forced to use UDMF, and I've seen the light. This is for a mapper. If you are a mapper, you should be excited.
And I was watching you do it too, and then like you're like, "This is how easy slopes are," and Seb's like, "Pretty much," and then I'm just freaking out in the background. I'm like, "Dude, this is awesome!" like
the amount of like ridiculously annoying slope vertices you'd have to place to do a road like this. I mean, like, technically this stuff is already possible, most of it, but it's so time consuming, and if you want to make a map as big as some of the big ass maps in 2.2, you really have to like be able to map pretty quickly.
Yeah, and that's one of my weaknesses for mapping in SRB2. I'm just a very slow mapper by itself. But that's just I'm working to refine the skills. But hey, I mean, I'll definitely check out UDMF as soon as possible. Probably after this, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I would totally give it a try.
I tried SRB2 mapping with UDMF once, but the build was too like limiting. Like I couldn't see FOFs and such. I don't think it's too far along yet, but I am super interested in how it will turn into, because I know it's going to be much more useful than the binary format that we're using currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, binary format's cringe. But the other thing that's really exciting in this GIF is the very clear addition of physics changes. I'm still looking at the same GIF, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that new Tails GIF.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Changes immediately. Sonic is less floaty. There's a higher gravity. The half cut is removed off of slope jumps. Because if you guys don't know, currently in SRB2, you're so floaty that they actually cut the vertical momentum you get off of jumping off a slope by half.
Interesting.
So, showing my old stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. The half cuts, it's not. I mean, look, it's necessary for the way the maps are designed as they are. No, but it just really doesn't belong in a Sonic game, in my opinion.
See, this is something funny, because if you guys...
Oh, that's not 2.3.
Green Flower Canyon, my OLDC circuit map, I tried to recreate this GIF you're looking at right now. Very loosely. I had actually made that map to fill in the one-day deadline extension. So I made that all in a few hours, but essentially...
That's pretty cool.
You're showing this. This is my ULDC map that I never finished, but...
Just to clear up a bit of misconception, that's not Green Flower Zone. I don't think it is. And the reason I don't think it is... Like,
what,
we
the
have
GIF with Tails right now?
Yeah, the GIF with Tails. I don't think that's Green Flower Zone. It's, you know, it's like a tropical map. It has like the palm trees, and also just the fact that like it's so incredibly different from the original, and also just seems to be like UDMF testing and flexing. At least that's what I think.
I can't believe they're remaking Mystic Realm Zone.
Jade Coast.
So something I think is really interesting about the momentum here when you run down, I noticed the way it scales. It's super smooth, how you actually accelerate. And this is compared. I tried to get the physics to be similar. Green Flower Canyon from the Summer OLDC actually uses a super old version of X Momentum long before it was ever released. Because I was working with Frostykin and trying to make the physics work like in this GIF. We never really succeeded, but it's still fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're always going to be limited when you're doing Lua on top of the game's like really weird physics. You know, as much as I really appreciate a lot of those physics mods, like sometimes you just need hard code to do what you need to do in this game, and that's kind of sad. But you know, it is how it is. So yeah, that's pretty much all the GIFs that were in development. I don't think I missed anything.
One thing I'd like to add about the Tails running GIF, water running, like that is so cool. Like that's gonna open up a lot of possibilities for some like cool like power plays for SRB2 in the future.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Water
it's
running.
Weird how the only character in the base game that has water running right now is the one that needs it the least.
Yeah.
Really?
Metal.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
You have a water
he doesn't even need it.
That works on air. It's yeah, that is a really weird decision. And you know what? I'm reminded of, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but back when Tails literally was not allowed to enter his running animation without speed shoes, Tails ran on water back then, right?
Yeah, that was the only thing nice about it.
Man, those were the days, huh?
To get water running and
Wait,
just don't let Tails run unless he gets that power up.
So the way Tails worked back in 1.09.4 is that Tails' max speed wasn't even running speed, it was walking speed. But Tails was allowed to run on water, so how do you run on water? You get speed shoes.
I never knew about this. This is actually pretty cool.
It was extremely
Sounds
cursed.
counterintuitive. Be like, you can run on water, but you gotta run fast, but you can't run fast. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and only Tails can do it, too.
It's super cursed.
And that's why you got a bunch of character mods that just have it enabled, even though they can run normally.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. Everyone loves Hydro City Zone. Everyone loves running on water. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be in the game. This GIF is badass, and that's my reasoning. That's my TED Talk.
Well, appreciate your TED Talk.
See, cool. You realize the ulterior motive here, never implemented all of this into the game so that he can finish Hydro City for SRB 3 and Knuckles.
I thought that's long dead.
Shh.
I can't wait for SRB2 SNK to come out so we could finally get to that Metal Slug level.
Oh,
I feel like I'm missing a reference here.
Metal Back Slug then, the mod was called SRB2 SNK instead of.
Oh, yeah. I get it. That's a weird way to call it when it's based on both Sonic 3 Knuckles.
Sonic I think it's because Knuckles. You couldn't put an and sign in the file name.
Well, then you put S3K.
Well, for whatever reason, it was SNK back then.
All right. Well, I'm gonna register a complaint. Anyway, I don't think we need to show these other gifts, but just like really quick, there's also a change in a gift that shows that blue spheres kind of attract you a little bit more, which I think is cool because I think blue spheres are a little bit annoying to collect in co-op special stages. And I kind of maybe think rings could also do that as well, because I know some new players have a little bit of trouble grabbing rings in 3D.
That would be really beneficial.
The other tiny thing is there is an image that James posted that just is a picture of Greenfire Zone 1, but if you look closely in the top left, instead of saying Mappo1, it says GFZ1.
Yeah, that was a change a long time coming.
Which to me means that you can name your map basically whatever you want. Or there's maybe some kind of map free slotting system or something, which is definitely a long time coming. I know when you look at like Cart, they have like an Excel spreadsheet for the damn maps, which is the most cursed thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be beneficial, especially for like, you know, the Titan that is SRB2 Cart, because there's so many like I only got recently like into the modding scene for SRB2 Cart while playing with Apollyon. There's some great high quality maps, like just there's so many though. Like I can't even remember all of them, but the one that really stuck out to me the most was I think it was like based off a Sega arcade game where it's just like every time you take a turn, it's like turn right, 45-degree angle or something like that. But it's really cool. That's going to be beneficial for SRB2 Cart, even big projects like Sugoi 1 through 3. So,
yeah, it's just a major benefit to just forgo this whole sticking with map numbers thing. Yeah. Especially when sometimes you just forget what this means in hexadecimal or whatever. Like what number would this combination of letters be again?
And also, like, you know, I'm kind of biased, right? Because I'm like the big battle stan. But organizing all of the maps for battle to be unique map numbers is so annoying. I can't even imagine what Cart's like.
Whenever you gotta curate a bunch of levels other people made, you gotta sort it all out and rename everything. Then you gotta go in the main CFG and rename everything in there, and it's a headache.
And then like, I think right now the OLDC is using the same slots as it did last season too, which is another extra layer.
But you can't just keep bolting on the new maps forever.
And you run out of and you run out of slots. It's the unsolvable problem.
See, didn't 2.1.25 introduce extra slots because Kwiin used all of them up?
Yeah, I believe that was the like that's what happened.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was required to play.
Me.
Huh. I really and I know this is like a really ridiculous thing to say, but I still haven't played all 3 of the Sugoi trilogy. I played like, you know, because that was like around when I was totally gone from the community. So I really should get on that at some point.
Listen, Krabs.
Yeah, it's a great collection of I'm
gonna sit down with you for a sec, Krabs. You need to play Sugoi's, like all of them.
Well, I also kind of just want to wait for the official port, because I know a lot of people kind of are updating their maps and maybe don't want the old maps to be played ever.
I get that. Understandable completely.
Do a marathon run.
Marathon mode of all the Sugoi maps. That would be like a whole. I would have to like make a whole day and a half out of that, to be honest.
By the way, and I know we just talked about 2.3 and the 2.3 physics, because that is a really good situation for me to be able to segue into some of the add-ons that were coming out recently, because there's both cross momentum, which I think is really crazy and awesome, and there's also reveries, which is kind of like the redone version of revised character abilities by Catmint. And both of these mods really impressed me, and kind of bring different ideas to the table of how maybe the game could play in the future.
Do you want me to
so I
load
just
up
kind of want
momentum right now?
Sure, whatever you want to do to make the stream more interesting.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I actually have to pause the stream right now because it's lagging my internet for some reason. I don't know if my voice is still coming through good.
Oh no, you came out totally fine so far.
Okay, great. Yeah, I don't know why the MB is taking forever to load for me, but
well, other than the fact that it's the MB.
Yeah.
Swear,
that might be it too.
I hate the MB.
I was so scared that the MB would just go down right before the cast because I kind of need it for this.
Shout out to this intro that I made, BlackRock Productions.
Why is there an intro and like a save file thing? I actually have no idea. I guess it's like to let you save. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the team repping, you know?
Yeah. So I guess
misleading. I actually only made all the prototypes, but
I guess it should start with cross momentum. It is, I think, the more popular version of the two. This, I don't know how to say this, but like, it's really all the changes that are in this mod kind of form this really cohesive package that, at least compared to Reveries, is more like synergistic with itself. However, it is really overpowered, and it breaks pretty much every level in the game, at least in my opinion, especially with the momentum stock. But there's so many really cool ideas in here.
That's what I think I kind of like have an issue with momentum mods in general, because they're great and all, but because the level design hasn't really been adjusted for them, you just kind of get the like, well, it's used to the old momentum, so you just kind of break things sometimes.
But then you also have the trick system, which I think is the crowning achievement of this mod.
Honestly, that's my favorite thing to do. I was doing it earlier.
You know, like when you combine the trick system with the momentum talk, I mean, you're basically skipping everything. And I really appreciate the trick system, but you know, it's so powerful.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it's designed for bigger levels in general.
Yeah, almost like you could design levels and just load cross momentum onto them.
Yeah. Wink,
like
wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking in the CSCS real quick. I can like get the whole inception of how the trick system was involved, because it all stems back to my stupid troll pack that I was making in the CSCS. So.
Oh yeah, I really appreciate like the sitting on the ground sprites for all the characters.
Let me find this real quick. It's pretty legendary.
And even first impressions, like while judging this, I had so much fun, especially with essentially a drop dash for springs and falling off ledges, which is really great.
Oh, that's Reverie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the trick system. Like it's kind of like a drop dash-esque.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant like the okay. Yeah, the trick system's sick. I will say that I think, you know, obviously, I think that is the crowning achievement of the mod, the trick system. And there's some cool ability changes in there too. I know Amy has like a weird new spin move, which I think is a pretty good idea. I'm not a huge fan of like the weird twin spin controls, and I know a lot of, you know, just kind of like having a completely different move that's not related to this twin spin at all as Amy's jump ability makes the most sense to me. However, I'm not sure I agree with the twin spin still existing when a new move was added as the jump ability, because that just makes shields really weird.
Yeah, it's in a weird place where like you want, like, for a lot of custom characters and things like that, it seems like the most obvious thing. Well, oh, if I want another ability that isn't just the jump ability, I would put it on spin. But then you get to this problem where, oh, shield in the air is now a move for every shield in the game.
Yeah. I guess,
so
like...
you get issues like, well, kind of issues with things like Neo Sonic, where, yeah, he can use it while he's holding the buttons in a weird way, and it actually kind of works in certain ways, like being able to drop dash right out of a whirlwind jump, but it's not always ideal.
100% agree.
I mean, part of that just stems from the fact that, like, shield abilities are a little weird already control-wise, like the fact that, you know, there's stuff like the weird whirlwind shield emergency jump that I don't like, and, you know, but, I think having Amy with an ability that's not just the twin spin, I think makes a lot of sense, and I really appreciate it. Other than that, there's like some cool Fang gun changes that make him kind of super broken, but it's super fun, where you can just kind of run around and shoot things, and it's really fun.
Honestly, like, Fang's changes in X Momentum feel a lot better, like, to just play, because Fang, in my opinion, he just kind of felt a little slow, especially, like, just with, if you wanted, the only way to attack enemies is, I mean, besides, like, tail stopping them, is just this pop gun. But I do appreciate that change. It's a nice one.
Yeah, it's cool. And air gun, of course, like, I don't want to say it should be in the game, right? But it does feel good.
And my friend who's a Fang main for SRB2, like, he only plays with X Momentum now because of that air shoot and moving alone, so...
Yeah, I think Cobalt made that sprite from, like, cobbling together existing sprites. It's a really good sprite. But the sad part is that if you load a 3D Fang model, it just kind of swaps to a sprite for a split second, which is pretty funny. So that's pretty much... I don't know if anyone else has more stuff to say about X Momentum in particular.
Oh yeah, I had some things to say about the tricking system and how it stemmed back to this script that Frosty made. It was called Speen, and it was for my troll pack. You can see I sent a gif of it in the Discord.
I'm looking right now.
Where basically it would spin you as you move.
I remember that, like, just coming around.
And then I had pointed out, look, you can do tricks as it, so let me find... okay, let me just kind of post a screenshot and then the GIF itself. And then this became a feature. It was pretty great how it kind of progressed.
Huh. Oh, right, I forgot when you're playing in 3D, you have, like, just the regular Hurt sprite. Yeah, that is a good concession to make. Although, I'm really glad a lot of the custom character creators have been throwing in the what's it called? The fail sprite, I don't know what you call it.
The oof sprite.
The oof.
Here, let me put the name of the actual sprite in the chat. I'm not gonna say it out loud.
No, you can say shit. This is a shitty podcast, so you can say shit.
No, I can't. My what's it? My brother is right next to me, and my family's directly above me.
Okay.
I can't let my family know I say shit.
Can't say shit here.
But that's cool. Cross Momentum. It is deservedly popular, but I also want to talk about Reveries, because Reveries...
Let me load that up real quick for you.
Yeah. And I don't know how to explain this, but I think there was an older version of Reveries that had, like, all sorts of different abilities for Sonic, and there was so many different revisions of it. But this is easily the strongest version of this mod that I've seen from Catmint so far. Oh, and I forgot to mention Cross Momentum coming from Frostkin. Frostykin. I'm sorry, I always mispronounce that name in my head, but that goes for a lot of people's usernames around here.
Fun fact, this is gonna be my first time playing Reveries, so.
Nice.
It's cool. I would recommend playing. What's up?
Reveries. It stems from Catmint's previous mod, just called Revy.
Yeah.
It was just like revisions to its character abilities and stuff, and this is super similar to it. It's based off of it, I think, but just tons of different additions to it. Momentum, cutting, or removing the cut on slope jumps. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. Does this mod have slope momentum, like running down slopes? I don't think it does.
It does. It has momentum included in it, I believe, like base Cobalt's momentum, and that's what X momentum is based off of as well. Except it was super like enhanced, I guess I could say, because it was made specifically for Green Flower Canyon. So Frosty just buffed the speed boost by a ton.
That's funny.
All right, so I'm in Green Flower Zone right now.
Let me just double check if this is the right version of Reveries. Yeah, it is 1A.
Yep.
So that is the right version. Yeah, so unfortunately, some of the oh, there we go. It's loading now. The MB is loading now, so I can kind of explain some of the cooler changes in this mod. But definitely, in terms of global changes, the most interesting one is the fix to slope momentum in terms of like running off of a slope and jumping off of a slope.
Yeah, I just
getting rid of that nasty half cut.
So
I literally just got some good height.
Dash, and then you can release it and jump off this big slope in Green Flower just at the beginning.
Now,
still super far high in the air.
I literally just did that.
It's a little bit unfortunate that there is not a gravity change included with this, because I think without that it kind of breaks the game. But I think physics mod breaking the game is just comes with the brand.
Yeah, really. And something also cool about Reveries that's really nice awesome when you get used to it is the improved air control.
Yeah, no, I was about to comment on that. It feels a lot more like,
classic.
Yeah.
It actually preserves your momentum, so if you're going really fast and you just hold A on the keyboard, it'll redirect all of your momentum in another direction fairly quickly. But it's still smooth. It's nice.
That's crazy.
So what does the Comet Dash actually do?
So the Comet Dash, and correct me if I'm wrong, what it does is if you smack into a wall, you will roll up the wall and then uncurl. So you kind of... it's a little bit like Knuckles' climb, but more snappy. And then after you do that climb up, you can press the spin button to do like a drop dash in the air.
Let me try that real quick.
It's really crazy.
Any levels for you guys that you want me to check out with this?
Are you talking about like vanilla levels or custom levels or?
Arid Canyon's a good show off, I think.
Either or, but I'll go to Arid Canyon 1. Yeah.
I know Sonic in Reveries is really fun to speedrun in Red Volcano.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of a lot of obviously I love cross momentum's overall changes, but I think Reveries, not to compare them too much, but Reveries has a bit more thought put into the specific character abilities and how they're reworked and stuff. So it's a really unique experience from each of them to each other.
It just uses the spin dash sprites and 3D models.
I know.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's really interesting because you can kind of I don't know, I've never seen anything like it. Even in the SADC, I think there was Rebound Dash, and there was I think another wall-based ability in there that was pretty cool. I think a lot of people really enjoy the idea of Sonic being able to interact with walls and get vertical.
I think it's only because they don't want to give Sonic just a boring old double jump, but they also don't want to give him the ability that just makes him go flying around like everybody else, because that's everybody else's job, right? Or at least Tails.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that air control is actually crazy.
It feels so great. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as I was, what was it? Oh yeah, I was saying they want to give Sonic an ability that has him actually interact with his environment more than just he just thrusts himself and that's about it.
Oh, that can crush you? I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing
discovered
at.
that the first time I played it.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, like I accidentally walked under it and then died.
That's funny. It's really satisfying watching the drop dash like launch out in midair. It's almost like a concession to Doc.
Wait, is that a new shield ability? Hang on, one sec.
Yeah, there are new shield abilities. I forgot to mention. Which shield are you using right now? Because my stream is delayed.
Force.
You using Force.
Yeah. So this force shield change is probably,
They actually made a merge request about it, so you can see that on GitLab. It's pretty cool.
What it does is it takes your current horizontal speed and you hold down the shift button and you can kind of pick a direction and it will release you.
That's how I thought the force shield would work when they brought it to 2.2, but I was very disappointed, so I'm glad to see this here.
Yeah. Apparently, whatever shield ability we ended up getting was just a placeholder.
Oh.
I remember.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's ass. But,
I remember in this one EXE modification, XSRB2, you can actually reflect. Yeah, it was like kind of like 2.1 before 2.0. Or yeah, it was 2.1 before 2.1 essentially. And
yeah, I remember XSRB2.
And what was it? There was one. Yeah, the force shield. You can actually reflect projectiles, and I thought that was really cool. But
I thought that was just 2.0 that did that.
I don't even think 2.0's force shield had an ability.
I remember in 2.0 you'd like rail.
Yeah, it did auto reflect upon damage, but it wasn't anything manual.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was like a cool passive ability.
Yeah.
It was good for ring slinger.
You mean it was like just really stupid in multiplayer? I guess.
See, if we're talking about good passive abilities for the force shield, something I think would be really cool would be Mighty's passive in Mania, where he can kind of bounce off of springs the first time. Or
I was
springs. I mean spikes. Where on spikes you kind of bounce off of them and then.
One thing I was thinking for the force shield is maybe you don't flinch when you get hit. Like it just goes away and you don't go into a hurt animation.
No hit stun, basically.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Kind of like super armor from Smash.
What else is there to show off from Reveries? I really appreciate this mod. It has its own really interesting ideas for most of the characters.
Oh, I'm having so much fun playing it right now.
You need to play Metal. Metal and Reveries is the truth, in my opinion.
Alright, as you wish.
I know there's some other characters, but we can't stay on this forever.
Act request?
But I really want to see Metal. Because,
Playful
I think the way boost mode is done with Metal in this mod is, I think, the best take on it that a fan has come up with, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. Let me kind of explain how it works. Basically, in order to get boost mode, I think the only way to get boost mode is to charge it up manually with a spin dash. Let me double check. Yeah, so you have to charge it up manually with a spin dash, and you get this overdrive mode that lasts a long time, but it's not really hard to maintain it. And then once you lose it, you kind of go on cooldown and you're sluggish.
Huh. I'm actually on foliage. Oh, I said it wrong the first time. How do you say it again?
Foliage.
Foliage?
Yeah,
foliage.
Okay, because Seb was... I think you and Seb were making fun of me for it earlier. Ooh, this new ability for Metal is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like a Thok, but you have to think about where you're going.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's not mindless.
It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a more aggressive, like, you better not mess this up, Thok. It's really cool, and it also kind of has shades of like the current metal with the whole like you don't fall while using it thing.
Oh, I just got myself in trouble with that.
I consider myself a fan of that ability.
So how do you activate boost mode again?
You spin dash.
Hold down the spin dash.
Okay.
Yeah, you hold down a spin dash and you kind of go crazy. I think you have to hold it down for like a while too.
Yeah, I heard that. So let's try this. Whoa!
Yeah, it's almost like you have speed shoes.
This is so fun.
Yeah, and it's much harder to lose it because you don't just instantly lose it from you know hitting a wall with like your pinky.
That is such a good. Yeah, that is such a good change. I love this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna die. Woo!
And imagine like speedrunning with this character. You have to find the perfect moment to activate it where it saves you time. And there are gonna probably be some spots where it will actually save you time. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
There we go.
Man, that's how delayed it is for you guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I saw you die like a few seconds, like before he did, but it's still way before you mentioned that you died.
I did unpause and pause the stream, and now it's a little better.
And I died again, so you guys will be seeing that.
Yeah, that's just how streaming is.
Did you hit the, Okay, so you didn't hit the accidental, what's it thing that I forgot to unmark as a death pit?
Oh yeah, with the one where I just accidentally bounced off one of the badniks and fell into a pit.
That's fun.
No, there's a platform right after the slope, and I forgot to mark it as a death pit, so you just walk on it and die.
Oh, you're not supposed to tell people that. If you forget to mark something as a death pit in your OLDC map, you just gotta cross your fingers and hope no one notices. That's what I do.
That's an automatic 10 for me.
Yeah, I know, because the same thing happened in your map, Krabs.
I don't even know if there's that problem in Emerald Aether, but I know there was last season. I had a few problems. I think Moonlight Zone had no death pit in a certain spot. Oh no, Serene Shore had no death pit.
Yeah,
I remember submitting a map
has a
to
few
the
planes
Dark
where you
Cat.
just walk on it and you die.
What were you saying, dude?
I remember submitting a map to the Jartcast, and I accidentally, at some point, turned off the death pits on the cloud, which is important because that's pretty much the whole stage's death pit area.
Oh.
So
no.
everybody had to manually bind respawn in order to play it on it.
That sounds so funny though.
Ooh, this map is really good for Metal's Overdrive because it's pretty straightforward.
Oh,
Yeah.
Knothole Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah, Knothole Coast definitely is an overdrive map. Like if you were speedrunning it with this mod. Oh my god, I can't get enough of like how funny it is when you launch off a slope with SRB2's low gravity and you just bonk into the ceiling. I think you missed the trigger for that.
Yeah. I am stuck. Oh wait, oh wow, there's actually, like, cool. So you actually get punished, yeah.
Yeah, you get punished. So you basically have to be smart about like your routing in a speedrun too, which is sick. Anyway.
Ooh, this slope area is going to be fun with Overdrive.
In the interest of time, I really want to talk about some of the other stuff now. So,
absolutely.
I think now is a good time to bring up SRB2 Persona because I know this was a while ago, but I really want to talk about SRB2 Persona because this game, and I'm going to call it a game. It's not really a mod. It's a game. This game is just kind of like... It's so amazing, but it's also sad because it's the only online multiplayer Persona game that exists. But nobody knows it exists.
I'm actually going to bring that up right now.
The Persona communities, nobody's talking about it online. And there's not enough videos
who the heck cares? Because like not many people from the Persona community care about this blue hedgehog guy and his weird multicolored friends.
I would say maybe not. I think it's actually more of a case of people just don't know. People just don't know what SRB2 is that much. Because
see, we just gotta show around SRB2 Persona in the Persona community.
Yeah. I think
this game is just like Persona 5.
I don't know how to say it, but like, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but
God, I still need to play SRB2 Persona because
if
I
a
haven't
real
really bothered yet.
if a real Persona game came out that was like this, everyone would eat it up so hard. And even if it was like the same amount of features, just the same exact thing as this, but official, because this is really, really polished. It feels official in the sense that, like, look at all this cool artwork, and you have like a really well balanced combat system and a PvP mode and this and that. It's crazy. I have no idea how this could even be created by a mere mortal.
Do you three want to pick my other characters?
And there's still more to come too. I've seen a few in development things that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about them right now, but I'm very interested.
All good.
I'll just take your word for it that it's crazy.
It's been in development for like 3 years too. Like I remember when it started small, but now here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the
yeah, in
the
fact,
polish
it's
is
old
on
enough that, like, if you've ever took a peek inside Cart and how something like, say, the electric shield works, it's just straight up named after the spells in here. Like the file names and all that.
Huh.
So, yeah, the electric shield is literally just taken from Persona.
Also, it's just really cool to me that also there's mod support where people can put their own custom characters and give them movesets and a persona and level up stuff and kind of flesh them out. Like, I don't know. I just really enjoy when a mod allows people to mod the mod and just create this whole sub community. It's just great. Like, I think if you were to make a character that's compatible with SRP2 Persona, that would be a mod of a mod of a mod of a mod. I think that's 4 layers. So it's just great. And I love Persona. I've only played Persona 5 and 3, but I didn't finish 3 because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I only played Persona 3 Portable.
Honestly, not gonna lie, SRB2 Persona single-handedly got me into the Persona series. I was always inclined to check it out. Like I was like, yeah, like this looks cool. And like my friend Elliot, close friend, like he loves Persona 5, and then he even made fun of me. He was just like, he's like, I love how it took Sonic to get you into the Persona series. You're nutty. I'm like, guilty. So.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Eventually.
Yeah, I heard Golden's pretty great. And also, it got on Steam recently, which is also great. And I think there's mods for that too. Persona's just fantastic.
I'm currently doing a run right now. It's actually really fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
49 viewers.
There's so much good stuff to say about this. From like the fun voice lines for all the characters that are like kind of like Cart. Oh, I want to gush about the PvP because I don't know how, but PvP in Persona is really fun, and there's like a surprising amount of strategy to it. I had no idea that this could even be done. Like, I know not a lot of people have been able to get like a full net game going of a PvP Persona thing, but there's like different team compositions you can use, and you gotta play through the weaknesses and make sure your team is not too weak to a specific element. It just kind of all comes together into a super unique experience. Because right now the only other like versus RPG game I can think of is like Pokemon.
Definitely, I could see the comparisons to Pokemon. Well, I'm sorry if I'm not talking. I'm just really, I forgot. I haven't played Persona like SRB2P in a hot minute, so I'm just like getting invested back into it. I remember how much I love this.
You know what this is missing though?
What?
I want Sonic to go to school, and I want Sonic to like talk to girls and like get a confidant Link, and you know.
Sonic's schoolhouse has really changed.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for that.
I want Sonic to go to high school and like get scolded by the teacher for running in the hallways.
And then he's like, "Oh man, a D in English. Oh, Tails, can you write my paper for me?"
And then I want Sonic to have like a confidant link with Knuckles, where Knuckles is like failing his exams, and Sonic has to help him study or something.
He's like, "I can help you cheat."
All you have to do is when the professor looks towards the board, you just run around at light speed when no one can see and look at everyone's answers. And you're so fast that no one sees you.
He's like, right,
Knuckles?
Knuckles is just like,
if you're such a good treasure hunter, why can't you just find the answer?
True. I was about to make another joke where it's like, Knuckles, just write it on your mitten hands, dude.
Your mitten hands? How does Knuckles write with those gloves? It's like strong bad.
His knuckles are pencils.
He just gets a good grip. That's all you gotta do.
Oh, he has the little pencil tips and the little fist nipples.
Yeah. Precisely.
I love Knuckles, actually. And Knuckles might be my favorite Sonic character besides Eggman.
He's definitely my third favorite.
Oh, and Eggman's super fun in this mod. Everyone has their own unique moveset and different elements and weaknesses and stats, and it's like ridiculously in depth. And for some reason, Blaze uses ice, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, what was the intention behind that? I remember there was an actual reason.
From Persona 3. Which makes sense personality-wise, but it's just funny seeing, like, if you look on, like, the MB thread, everyone's like, why Blaze ice?
Yeah, like, everybody's just tied to, I imagine, like, most of the characters are just tied to specific Persona characters, because somebody had to be. Or, like, it was just easier to just use what you already know works.
Huh.
True. Also, I don't know why, but like the enemies, if you guys saw them on screen, they just kind of remind me of like just big burly Hulk Hogan's like over you. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I remember them from the game. That's pretty much exactly what they are.
Persona has really, I don't want to say stupid, but they're monster designs. I guess they're like SMT monsters, not Persona monsters, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been thinking, and this is kind of going off topic, but I was playing Persona 5, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, maybe all the monsters should be redesigned for Persona to be their own thing. But maybe people would, like, beat me up and call me an idiot for saying that.
It'd be cool to see, like, an SRV2 style, like, Persona enemies. That'd be really interesting.
Oh, no, I was talking about, like, in the actual Persona series proper. Because it just seems a little weird, like, how the monsters are just kind of forgettable, and some of them are cool. Some of them are really cool, like the toilet guy from Persona 5.
There's a toilet guy?
He's a guy who sits on a toilet. And there's a penis.
That's the gameplay I'm looking for.
Exactly.
The toilet guy's in P1 too? Good, now I gotta play P1. Also, I'm pretty sure the toilet guy's in this one too, which means it's a good game. Cool.
That's the only criteria for a game being good.
Yeah, and this is still SRB2 Persona. This is like the in development, like beta version or something. What is this? Demo. This is the demo version, which is
a pretty
ridiculous.
good demo.
Like it has an ending, doesn't it? Or like a final boss.
It's a demo in the same way that Kart V1 is technically a demo.
Yeah.
Endless.
Endless fun. Because I could play this for hours and hours.
You know what was really scary?
You have to play with 4 people. It's so fun to play with 4 people.
I've yet to play that with like more than like another person, but I did get terrified because there was one night I was like literally trying to grind out some like extra XP, and all of a sudden like this is me talking about like never even playing a Persona like game at all, and I hear like these chains. I'm like, what is that?
Uh-oh.
And all of a sudden I see the Reaper. I literally jump out of my seat and I scream and I'm like running to the spring. I'm like,
like no, it's that guy from SRB2 Kart.
Yeah, like, exactly, dude.
Oh yeah, there is the Mementos map.
Yeah, just remember, if you ever want to annoy Oni, just play him that song. Just start humming it, and he'll just.
Oh, the Memento song. Boom, 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 boom. That's a jam. I need that 100-hour mix of that song, if someone can find it.
raging Oni noises.
And it's absolutely ridiculous how in Smash they didn't put that song into the Memento stage. I want to jam to 500-hour loop of that 5-second song. Disgusting. We need representation of the best song in video game history. Yeah, I love this mod. It just makes me happy. Look at that Eggman pose. We're just pointing and laughing. I know that's from something.
Mania Adventures.
Mania Adventures.
Literally, Eggman's just like, like I don't know.
He's constantly there making fun of you for playing.
Yeah.
Ugh. What a perfection. What a perfect man. I'm gonna marry Eggman. Anyway.
I'm with you, dude. You want to
just you wait for that Eggman dating sim.
Oh, is that what a thing that's gonna happen? Memento's theme 2 hours. Thank you, dude. Anyway. I think that's probably enough Persona gushing.
Yeah, you better get me out of this grind before I get really in depth.
Yeah. I feel bad because you definitely.
But it's 4:20 on a Wednesday.
It's like 11:30, and I want to talk about Mystic Rome.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Let's get that started. Let me launch SRB2 again,
Wait,
and I'm just gonna jump in this pit.
Do you have what's it, beta 0.05 for Community Edition?
Oh yeah, it might be better to play that than the Halloween edition.
Honestly, Kwiin,
yeah,
hit me up with that real quick.
Yeah, let me send it. Are you in the Community Edition Discord, Larz?
Yes, I am. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been like in the loop on what's going on.
Here's a message link. We have a compilation.
I'm not gonna lie, I just entered the Mystic Rome Discord just to kind of lurk. But you know, it is how it is. And also, before we even start about this, I'm probably not going to. We're not gonna be discussing drama-related stuff. We just want to talk about Mystic Rome as a thing.
And I'm all for that.
Really exciting.
If you want to experience some new things for the first time, we got new Sunken Plant and Aerial Garden in this build.
Oh really? Yeah, I've been seeing some of the in-progress stuff on Sunken Plant, and it looks very sexy.
It doesn't have a full remade version yet. It's only Infernor's edits to the Mystic design, but he is working on a full remake. So
how's Infernor? Very, very Chad.
Quite.
Whoa, that intro! Ooh, I love that title screen intro.
Oh, I can't see. I can't see. It's a black screen.
It's coming up soon.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are really delayed. I still have my phone up with the stream.
Yeah, shout out to...
You know what I did? I changed the source settings. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Restart the title screen.
I don't know. I think it's fine just the way it is. I don't have to be reminded of who made it.
Hey.
Yeah.
But yeah, and for anyone who's not in the loop, I was kind of hoping to explain a little bit of what's going on with Mystic Rome, because so as far as I know, there's full permission for this to exist, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, although I guess you couldn't really call it like the official Mystic Rome thing, it's basically the only thing we're gonna get in terms of an updated Mystic Rome. Wow, that's pretty. I love that title screen.
I got a funny story after you get done explaining things, Krabs.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So Kwiin came out with. Who else were you working with? For I think Dave White, right? Also worked on the Halloween version.
Yeah. It was me and Zoltan primarily, and I got Dave to make some edits, and I got Seaballer to help me. He made the whole last area of Jade Coast too. Edited that from the original Mystic design.
Huh. That's cool. Actually, if you want to just go ahead and ramble about all the stuff with the Community Edition and how it's set up, because I'm not fully in the know, and I kind of want to leave the floor to you.
So,
it's
before you start a new, game, Larz, I'm just gonna, first of all, credits for Dirk and Yumi for this logo, and credits to Persistent Void for the title map here. they're all really cool and help kind of bring this first impression together. It's really nice.
I love that logo.
What is this title map referencing?
It's the entire Mystic Realm.
Oh, wait, I see. There's Flame Rift, and there's, like... What is that? The ice level that has a name,
Midnight
probably?
Freeze.
Midnight Freeze, yeah.
Midnight Freeze.
Midnight Freeze.
Helipad. I love that helipad.
Aerial Garden is not in here, but if you do go to the Aerial Garden in this version, you'll see this title map as the skybox, like it's below you.
Yo, that's sick, dude! I'm gonna play this now!
Spoilers. No spoilers, man. Come on. That's cool. Kind of like reminds me of like the Sonic Mania island in the title screen and like kind of Yoshi's Island situation.
Ooh, ultimate mode.
Why are you doing ultimate?
Nah, I'm just
What
kidding.
are you doing?
Funny thing about Mystic Realm, real quick. I remember I saw it on in the submissions, and we were all talking, like Dude 64, the other judges, and I were like how is this, like, can we release this? Because like it's technically Mystics, and last time we talked about it was he gave exclusive permission for Sonic Team Junior just to touch on it if there are any updates. And Dude said, and I quote, "If Kwiin finds Mystic himself and gets permission, we can let this through." And then Kwiin's like, "I got permission," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, just straight up log of Mystic himself allowing.
What were we saying, dude?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he got it. I'm a man of my word there.
he like, dude was like, really if it's possible, and then I was just like, well, I'll be damned, dude. And you were like, oh wow. So let's get this started. So is Jade Coast practically the same in terms of like?
If I remember correctly, Yumi made some edits to Act 2. Yumi is also the one making new Aerial Garden.
Are you talking about changes from the Halloween version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changes from the original version. Dave made this whole Act 1 and 2 edits from Mystic Design, but he made some pretty heavy changes, and it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And, you know, he made half of Act 2, then the other half was made by Seaballer and I.
Cool. Yeah, it's a great take on Jade Coast.
Little developer question real quick, Kwiin. Is everything like still the same? Like, you know, I gotta go up this waterfall to get the Chaos Emerald?
For the most part, I don't know how much was changed from the original Halloween edition stuff, but...
Okay.
If not, I think it might be best to just, like, warp around with the console just to show off, like, some of the maps.
True.
But yeah, this is... I'm really glad this is happening. You know, personally, I'm not sure if I would have wanted to, like, make something based on someone else's work. But everyone has history playing Mystic Realm. I remember when I was, like, a dumbass little kid, and I downloaded SRB2, and I downloaded Shadow.wad, and I got ready to play this game. And I went on my first net game. I downloaded Mystic Realm from that net game and didn't realize that it was a mod.
So you thought you'd like unlock the levels for like a hot second?
No, I think it was the first time I ever played the game.
Oh wow!
And I went straight into it and played like I think it was not Flame Rift. What's the Emerald level? Vulcan Forge. Vulcan Forge.
Yeah.
Vulcan Forge.
Yeah. Gotta say, I am not a fan of the rename to whatever Forge. I think Vulcan Forge sounds way...
Forge. Yeah.
Wait,
We're
so
totally
they renamed Vulcan
the community.
Forge, but they didn't rename Mystic Realm.
Wait, why would Mystic Realm be renamed?
I'm always just gonna think about that one person.
I mean, yeah.
See, I think it was funny. We were gonna make the decision in Community Edition to rename, Verdant Forest, so that we could have Vulcan Forge back.
Honestly.
Oh, now I get it. You want to just have them both, and Verdant Forest is a really lame name.
Verdant Forest...
And you want them to have different initials. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to go somewhere deep within the goop, but I'm going to give up on that.
Vulcan is just a badass word.
Yeah, Vulcan's a pretty cool word for, especially for a forge. Yeah, like it's a, yeah, because when you think of Vulcans, you think of weaponry. So like it's a weapon forge.
Exactly.
Development-wise, I made the whole Tempest Valley 1 edits for V6. All these Tempest Valley 2 edits, they were made by Dirk. Shoutouts to him. They're really cool.
I didn't know Dirk was a big mapper.
I think he contributed something to Sugoi too. It was like
Steaming Towers.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, he made Steaming Towers for Sugoi
cool.
too.
Yeah, Dirk is really tough.
He made the logo for Community Edition. He's also making this Tempest Valley 2. We have a merger in the works where basically it's stitching Act 2 onto Act 1.
Huh.
As well as a cut edit that Zoltan made.
Are you doing like the Mania thing where you take Act 1 and Act 2 and merge them and then make a new Act 2? Because that might be the way to go for like every level here. Not every, but you know, a lot of the levels here.
Right now that's happening for Verdant Forest, Tempest Valley, and Aerial Garden, though I don't think any of the mergers are in this build specifically. We're currently working on moving everything to Git, which will make edits a lot easier.
And if I could chime in, I remember I joined the community, I joined the server and I was checking out some of the design notes because I wanted to see if I can come up with something for Flame Rift. And one of the things is they're trying to make it to like a steampunk kind of factory, like with this ancient tech that even Eggman doesn't even want to bother with because he can't learn it. But I'm like actually really interested to see where the direction goes for Flame Rift, especially the second act, because it sounds like they want to like stray away from the original theme for Flame Rift, but just do something completely original, but at the same time familiar for Flame Rift.
Oh yeah, shout out to Radicalation. He retextured Verdant Forest Act 2 to match Act 1.
That's cool.
We got a whole lot of community contributions. Anybody can come in and chime in. We'll add you to the credits.
Huh.
Yeah, I would still say this is better than the original.
Oh, you still have...
It actually has at least some form of identity here with its color map.
You still have those weird square mushrooms.
Whoa, the sky! What?
Oh.
Oh yeah, you guys are delayed.
Shoutouts to Twins Are Epic for the new sky.
That's
cool.
It's fantastic. Wait till you guys see it.
And you know what? The cyan color is a really good contrast. Like it really just gives this level like an actual color identity besides just green, brown, ugly.
It gives me Donkey Kong Country 1 vibes at the treetop levels.
Yeah. Yeah, I always liked that room, even though it was like kind of weird. Like how if you fall you have to start over. Yeah, this level is definitely one of the ones that could use the most improvement, so I'm glad you're tackling it.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for some more different tree textures based on other kinds of trees or something.
That would be really cool.
Darker wood and maybe even the white birch to mix things up every now and then.
Something I did notice, he didn't change the wood texture. Like if you level select to Act 1, I changed the wood texture from, I forget what this is called. I think it's just called something wood, and this is like the CZ wood I'm using.
Huh. Yeah, I love that Castle Eggman tree walls. Oh, that's a nice mushroom. That's way better than the other one.
Yeah, this is the Verdant Forest edit I made back in like May, and this is what I initially pitched to Prime, and then I was like, hey, could this get in 5.1? And then he was like, hey, let's set up V6 instead. I'm like, what?
That's awesome.
Cool. Huh. Yeah, I really like this take. I really like the colors. Just the whole... I mean, and you know what? The music being completely rewritten for this zone kind of begs for the level to be kind of remade too. So I'm glad that it actually kind of fits the music now, because the music's way better. The old song sucked.
Yeah. That was the whole reason I made this, actually. I heard the new music, and I was like, this does not fit the stage. I want something, like, mystical and magical.
Oh, is this a new area? I don't remember this.
No, it's just retested. It used to be wood, and now it's leaf.
Question, who made the invincibility theme, like, for Mystic Realm?
That is, ooh, I forget her name. I can't believe I have. Let me look through it real quick. Oh, Yumi did it? I thought Bianca did it. That was the name, right?
It's actually really on par with the soundtrack. So good for them. I really like it.
Yeah, it was Sheep Bun and Yumi, I believe, who did the Invincibility and Speed Shoes.
Oh, there's the Speed Shoes theme?
Sadly, I couldn't hear it because I don't have the stream audio on, but you know, that's a good idea to have a new Speed Shoe and Invincibility theme.
Whoa, this cave.
Oh, I love this. What the hell? Look at these little blocks.
Dude, I love the
Oh
the
yeah,
jitter.
this is Yumi's edited hallway, I believe. I know because I had like specific way I did it that I'm recognizing isn't part of this, but it's similar. If you go to the beginning by the first tree, I'm really proud of how that turned out. That first cave that I made, that cave you just went through was based on.
Can we take a look at Aerial Garden?
Yeah, that's where that's where I was gonna go next.
Wait, no, not Aerial Garden. The metal level, the water level.
Sunken plant.
Plant.
Pick your poison.
I think
let's go to Sunken Plant first, and then we can go to Aerial Garden. Go to Sunken Plant 1, because Act 1 was the one retextured.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a cool idea with the skybox.
I thought it was underwater.
Is this from scratch or not?
No, this is an edit, but Infernor is currently working on remaking it from scratch.
Huh.
He was getting really fed up with working with Mystic design.
Understand?
Yeah, I mean, those maps are like...
Yeah, from what I vaguely remember of this level, it sucked.
It did. It was one of the worst. Oh, these fucking crabs. I'm sorry.
You know what? Everyone puts those crabs in their maps, even me.
I hate them.
Well, yeah, because they're a good enemy.
Krabs.
Like they're an actual threat or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe if you turn 3D models off, I think we merged in Dave's new pop-up hat sprites.
Oh?
I'm not 100% sure though.
How do I turn off NDTs again? Dumb question.
GR models off.
That was close.
Yeah.
You can also do it in the video settings.
Oh.
Oh wow, look at those. They're like spiky. Oh wait, no, they're not. Oh, look at their little
they
mouth.
look spiky, then you just wouldn't jump on them.
What does that remind me of? Does it have a mustache? It does. That's funny. I love that guy. Yeah, that's a cool pop-up turret. And I love those little glowing Eggman heads. Yeah, this is definitely a much stronger identity for the level. And it still kind of like is the same thing.
Really like the use of Egg Rock Zone textures too.
Yeah.
That's something I think Infernor, which it excels in, is like industrial design, which is why it's quite ironic that his 2 single-player stages are overgrown heights.
Yeah, Infernor is probably... Well, I don't know how long Infernor has been around, but if it's not that long, like, that's crazy, because Infernor has been improving really fast.
Yeah, I know, I've only really...
At least in mine.
I've only really been trying to make stages since March or so.
I find that hard to believe, Kwiin.
There's a lot of really exciting new mappers. So
if you're like talking technicality, I downloaded Zone Builder in December of 2019 when 2.2 released.
Wow, that's funny. What is this? Are you lost? Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, I'm just having fun.
Yeah. Oh, wait, is this map finished? Like not finished, but like, you know, from start to end.
Yeah, you can actually complete it, and it's retextured, but It's not sloped the whole way through, I believe, and it's really easy to get lost right now, and that's why he's remaking it.
That's cool. Well, I would hope that like a lot of these design decisions are kept, because it's just.
Oh,
I don't
what?
know.
Oh, well, that's beginner's trap.
Is this the spot where everyone drowns in the original map? Damn. Yeah, this map was super bad with the bubble placement, even in the 2.2 version. Do you want to take a look at Aerial Garden before we move on to the next topic?
Yes, sir.
And because you're in OpenGL, you can look down at the Mystic Realm below you.
Oh, that's a much better sky color for this. That's amazing.
Whoa.
Oh, it's down there at the Yoshi's Island.
Let me explore the level more. What just happened? The crawlers just jumped on me.
Yeah, it's
hell.
Yeah, those are custom enemies. They're supposed to be crawler hornets once they're sprited.
Oh my! I'm getting my booty handed to me right at the front door. Right. I just wanna... Oh, give me this.
Yeah, this is just like a way stronger visual design for Aerial Garden. I love it.
Yeah, so shoutouts to Yumi for the new Aerial Garden.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't even a remake either. You'll think it's... I think this is funny. You can see exactly what was done to it. It was the right angles of Aerial Garden and just Shift-C curve tool on them. It's really nice.
Really? That's cool.
I like this flower over here.
Yeah, I remember when they were working on this. I was like, it in its previous incarnation, it was like a little too metallic looking. But I see they changed up the textures and colors up a bit to make it more like, an actual garden as opposed to just
gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really liking how this looks now.
Awesome. Do you think
I think it's funny this area is unedited.
Is there any possibility that the Thok barriers setup could be changed so you could see some of the rest of the map? Because
maybe with aligned skybox, but with such a large map.
Yeah, I would vote against that. Just to. I'm the kind of guy that's always aching about optimization in their maps, and I would just rather keep it just the way it is right now.
That is a good point.
Yeah, that's something I don't think about enough. You can see this because every map I've ever made runs at like 2 frames per second.
There's also
if you could just see the place and just jump over there, then Tails is just gonna skip even more of the map than he usually does.
Yep.
Oh no. Well, yeah, I guess the map would take a lot of redesigning to even allow for something like that. But there could be some kind of visual effect that kind of at least explains the fact that the map is basically invisible behind those sky, maybe some kind of portal you go through. I don't know.
I feel like a faint little mid texture that's just borders around the entrances could work. Nothing too thick, just to be like a little visual representation of the boundaries, so to speak. It would also explain why the B-type enemies would just stop. Because they just there's no real explanation for why they stop, but of course they gotta stay in their lane,
Are you talking about the Thok barriers that are kind of invisible now?
No, I mean around gates, the bees can't go through there.
Yeah, there's a block enemies flag.
Yeah, so it would having a little visual representation of that barrier would, justify that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume Aerial Garden 2 is untouched right now.
Yeah. I bring this up a little bit every now and then, but the current sky you're looking at right now was actually something I put together based on the Sonic Advance sky. It was just kind of slightly edited and changed to fit SRP2 is all. Because apparently this is what Mystic originally wanted for his concept. And I'm like, hey, you could just borrow this, and then he just kind of put it in and didn't even tell me about it.
Yeah, you can still kind of see the temple from the original Angel Island level from Sonic Advance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Although it's kind of ugly with the way it's green.
Yeah, it was not It was pretty early on, and also wasn't really designed a cone and like this, or cylinder like this. I mean, whatever the term is.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with regards to Mystic Realm before we move on?
One thing I want to comment on. The skybox. I like when you come out here. Let me just get killed. Why don't I? Like this big tower right here. That is so like menacing. Like again, Kwiin, you're really good with like making menacing like looking skyboxes.
That skybox is by Yumi.
I am totally sorry I messed that up, but it's one comment.
That could look so much. That could look really good with some custom textures to kind of. Because right now, like, if you look at the geometry in the level versus in the skybox. Since the skybox is so much bigger, it kind of looks not big. I don't know how to explain it. Like, since those bricks are so huge.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Custom textures would be great for that. So, for something we could move on next, my ULDC compilation, I just need permissions before I can release it, but I know it's going to be like a fairly big thing. Is that something we'd be able to talk about in this cast, or should we wait until it releases? Because I know I sent the download.
We can definitely touch on it, because right now we have not even talked about the OLDC yet. I think it's best if we actually leave the OLDC to its own cast, because it's already midnight for me, and I kind of want to like not.
Yeah. Kwiin, do you mind if I loaded up ULDC real quick?
Yeah, do you have release candidate for that one I sent?
Yep.
Nice. So, do you mind if I get Apollyon into the cast itself, because I'm working with her on getting this all set up?
Yeah, sure thing. And while we're waiting for that, I can go get some water real quick, because I am dehydrated, so...
Nice.
Alright, I will be right back while we get Apollyon in here.
So, I know this is kind of two things in a row where I'm kind of asking you to explain this whole thing, but could you guys maybe talk a little bit about this ULDC thing and how it's... Oh, hey, Apollyon.
Yo, what it is, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's...
Hey, Apollyon, what's up?
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Bitches, I'm high on crack. Want a freebase?
No, Apollyon. We gotta move on with the podcast.
Do you want to introduce yourself, Apollyon?
Well... Oh, I can...
We can't hear you that well.
Yeah, your mic is really
probably
quiet.
Kind of explain it a bit. Stream is buffering for me, but I'll try my best to explain it. This is the unofficial level design contest compilation.
Collab.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a collab. So I'm Apollyon. I make maps. Sorry, I'm cutting like in and out.
Here, just mute the stream. That's what I've been doing. I haven't really been into the stream itself. Though, essentially, compiling the ULDC together is an idea I've had for a while, and Apollyon had mentioned in the CSCS that she was gonna do, like, compile old OLDCs together with a hub-like thing, but there's a big issue with permissions, so I had proposed doing the ULDC instead, because that's an idea I've had for quite a long time. And so we've been working together to make a context-sensitive hub for the unofficial level design collab, as well as,
Alright, that should be better now.
Yeah, we can hear you better.
Cool.
Alright, so I'm Apollyon. I make maps. I'm working with Kwiin on the ULDC pack.
Yeah, just a heads up, Larz, this does not work in no save games, so you have to make a save file.
I remember Larz you said that.
Oh, there.
Yeah, I just got some water and I use the bathroom, so. And welcome, Apollyon.
Thank you. It's great to be here. And I'm seeing Zoltan in the chat asking why doesn't it work in no save. It's because we have something set up So
to unlock.
To unlock a specific
select.
Yeah, because we have two different areas you can visit. There's a gallery and there's the regular hub. Gallery has like images of all the levels that aren't actually in the pack, but were planned for it.
So is this gonna come out like tomorrow or something?
No, this is going to come out for Christmas. But essentially, we're waiting on permission from Golden B4 for Neo Palm Tree Zone and Rexeljet for Gigalopolis Zone. The issue, I sent DMs to them, but they both haven't been online for about a week.
And like, if they don't respond, we have measures in place. Like, we'll just not include the levels.
Larz, the stream is frozen or something.
Oh,
Larz.
Yes. Yeah, because I turned it off. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, let's see this one.
I like how the chat is just Larz.
All right, because I switched renders. There we go.
Oh yeah, it shouldn't matter which render you use.
The reason we have no save doesn't work is because we changed the SP start to a level that brings you back to the title screen, but in a save file that actually unlocks it and allows you to use level select.
Interesting.
Huh.
So there are 4 levels here that actually have never been released publicly.
Well, is it okay by you guys if I show one off?
Yeah, so
if you look to the right, there should be like a bluish one by right next to the Eggman one.
Yep.
So I think what I would say is
that one, the one next to it.
So I think what I would say is maybe look at all the unreleased levels, but kind of quickly because I want to get on to the next.
With the asteroids.
Oh, I love this remix so far.
It's just from Generations.
Oh, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Yes,
This was originally intended for ULDC. It was actually finished, but never got a separate release. There are 4 stages in here like that. It's Botanic Space by Delta Sanic, Oaken Outkeep by Shiho, Mushroom Valley by Radicalicious, and Flatforming by Controller on a Hanger, aka Jason.
Cool.
But yeah, we're hoping that people will enjoy this level pack when it releases, and that they'll have fun messing around with all the different levels in one unified experience.
Yeah, I could see this being popular on co-op servers for a while.
Oh yeah, Prismatic, to answer your question in the chat, he posted it on public Discords, but he never actually made a release for it, and it was intended for ULDC. He let us include it in the pack.
Awesome.
If you want to check out the gallery, I put quite a bit of effort into making it look good, and that's in level select.
Yeah, most of the work in the hub was mine. Kwiin did most of the work in making the gallery look good. It was really basic. It was a rectangle? Yeah, it was basically just a rectangle with mid textures.
So I don't want to be too pushy, but I think we should probably show just a little bit of each of the new levels, so that way people have a chance to experience.
Oh no, yeah, sure, that's fine.
And also just because it's getting late.
Oh, that actually reminds me, Kwiin, we need to update the level select icon for the gallery.
Yeah. I need to find a good angle to make a wide icon. Ooh, also, these are the animated textures that have 1,200 frames in total, if you combine both of them together.
Wait, seriously?
That's way too much.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't it make more sense to just, oh, I see, that was actually an animation. Okay, I guess that makes more sense. Yeah. Because if they were all just, screenshot stills that faded in and out, I would have just suggested putting, an FOF that just churns from one to the other. But if you're just kind of have, full GIFs going on, then I guess that can't be helped.
Yeah. The Eggman one, that's Oaken Outkeep. which never got an MB release but was posted in public discords.
I'll go check this out right now.
You can do Mushroom Valley. It's like really short. It and platforming are fairly short, so you should be able to finish them in like a few minutes.
Oh, this is the Castle Eggman remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe Castle Eggman got so many remakes.
Yeah. This is the 1.09 version. And that fence is not solid.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be some jank in some of these levels. We try not to mess with them too much to be as faithful to what the authors intended as possible.
There's potentially going to be a 5th unused stage, but it's up to Kana if he wants to add an exit. It would be Whimsical Waterways by Kana.
Huh. That's
which
cool.
is a stage that was made nearly to completion, but not quite.
Yeah, I'm really glad that ULDC is finally getting more of a spotlight now, because, you know, back when we had the OLDC drought, like after 2.2 came out, and we had people like me like complaining all the time, where's the OLDC? Yeah, I want the OLDC back. You know, I really appreciate the fact that stuff like this can get organized.
Alright, so what was it? Mushroom Valley. You know what? I'm a sucker for Mushroom Hill vibes.
Let's keep in mind, this is a no judgment zone. This is their first map, so...
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot better than mine.
I am a judge.
Yeah, yeah. You're talking. You're telling no judging to 2 judges right now.
Oh, there's a lot of people who literally don't even want to learn how to map, and they're like, "Oh, I can't map. I won't map because I can't map because I said that I can't map." And I'm like, "All right, man."
It's already looking a lot better than some first maps like mine.
Yeah, this is like I'm actually having a lot of fun doing this right now. Like it's pretty like the level design is pretty simple and like you know I'm not getting lost anywhere. Oh, look at that. Well,
It's a short and sweet stage.
I know that was really nice. I liked it. That was a good first map.
Then the other stage is platforming. It's the palette texture one with the pink background. I put it right next to non-lucid because it's funny.
Good old palette textures. The best. Oh, you just go into the standing pose?
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
Platforming. This literally looks like a node builder stage come to life. Uh-oh. Am I underwater?
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Is this a soft block?
No, I guess it is a soft block. Well.
Oh crap. We might have to fix it. We're making edits to stages where it's needed.
Huh.
Alright, let's go.
And there are also some stages with unreleased edits. Like, there is an update that Roy Curbs made to NB Echoes that hasn't he hasn't updated the thread for it yet, but it's in this version. As well as for Cold Zone by Pencil Void.
Cool.
Same thing with, what do you call it? Glaber's map.
Yeah. Mystic Castle.
Yeah, he let me make some sprite edits to one of his custom badniks. So we have blue face stabbers now.
Yeah. And I've always thought NB Echoes was a great level, so I'm glad to see it's getting an update. Can't wait to play that.
Also, real quick,
it should...
nice Irish the Hedgehog reference up here.
Oh yeah, that is by... Correct me if I'm wrong, Zoltan. That's Egg's art, isn't it? I believe Eggs is the one who drew the billboard art for Crater County.
So this should probably be released like within the week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't have Gumby 4 and Rexeljet's permission, we'll just exclude the stages. That's Neo Palm Tree and Gigalopolis.
And I'm definitely going to try to get you that custom logo for you, Kwiin, because I did promise after this stream I would definitely work on it. So, I'm going to grind it out. So,
yeah.
Alright, so in my show notes I have a few other things that I wanted to mention. Probably not enough for like a full section, but there were some new characters that came out recently. Feels and Gemma I'm sorry, I
I
think
think
it's
it's
Gemma.
Gemma.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let me take a look to see. I think these were pretty recent, like the last 3 weeks ish.
Gemma and Feels, just like X Momentum, also came out of Blackrock Productions.
Yeah.
Outdated Feels.
I had no idea.
Oops. 1 second. I'm gonna get the recent versions of Feels because Zoltan was just like, bruh.
Gemma, actually, not Feels. I'll send it in the server.
Oh,
So I
appreciate
have
it.
never, I've never played Feels, but I have played quite a bit of Gemma, and I think this character is extremely fun. The rock ability is just
it's fun. I love it.
Yeah. It's a real unique take on what is essentially a double jump, but just way more badass.
Yeah, I would say it's an ability that's kind of simple on the surface level, but it's still really fun. And it's got its own properties to it.
Yeah. Although, and you can list this as a formal complaint, but I think it would be so cool if you could spin dash on the rock while you're like going on it. I think that
kind
would
of like Dirk's ice platforms.
That's part of 1.2.
1.2?
Like you can actually. That's the version Apollyon sent in the Discord. That's the latest version. You can spin dash
that's
on the
amazing.
rock.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember seeing something like
Didn't she
that.
already do that?
Oh, well, I guess I didn't know. That's cool. Oh man, it's always so satisfying when we see the RoboCast title screen. I'm very glad we did that.
Yeah, that is a very nice title screen. I like what you guys did with it.
Thank you. Honestly, I started it, but honestly, Kwiin and Krabs definitely carried the visuals. I thank you guys again.
Look at my arch in the background.
Big arch.
Arch.
Coming
Big arch.
soon.
Alright, so I can check out Gemma first. Cause
Yeah,
honestly,
I want to see that spin dash update. I'm very excited to see this.
Oh, I forgot. I gotta hold the button real quick. 1 second, and
Oh, there it is. Wait, do you like launch a little bit up when you spin dash? Cool. Yeah, what a needed little extra trick.
And I've been following Raph's development of the character, and he's drawn out plans for battle abilities. It seems very cool.
Good.
I've seen more of it because I'm in the Blackrock Productions Discord. That's where a lot of these characters actually come from.
And the sprite work is also really worth complimenting.
you know, I really like the design of Gemma too, like the color scheme and everything.
Fun fact: Ralph sprited all of Gemma on a phone.
Yeah, no, I know that. What app do they use?
What do they even use to do that?
I'm not sure, but
I don't know.
mad props to the people who do their sprites on mobile. That takes dedication.
Yeah, really.
That's cool. Would you care to show some feels too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even know what this character does. I know there's like a triple jump, like Mario.
Well, you can read it right here. Feels boings, and joins the adventure to stop.
Got a triple jump, and I know there's like some kind of hover.
Yep. Let me show you that real quick.
Yeah.
So this is
very cute.
By the way, yeah, here are the sprites.
Yeah, I love this guy.
Basically, you go like this.
Oh, no spin character?
Yeah, double jump, and then he becomes a spin character.
Cool. So wait, do you have like a roll? Can you roll on the ground? Like, how do you kill enemies?
Yeah, you can roll.
Okay, cool. You have spin dash.
Yep, but basically, it's like you go like this, Krabs. It's just 1, 2, and then 3. Oh, never mind. I messed up. But essentially, just get 2 jumps, 3 jumps, and then you can do a little boost in the air. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So when you do the 3rd jump, you're fully curled up in a ball, so you're good.
Yep, and you can get extra height. 2. It's really hard to perform sometimes. Give me 1 sec, because my timing's awful.
Yeah, this is definitely a character that has a little bit of a learning curve, like a Mario 64.
There we go. Yeah, no.
I remember as a kid I could never do the triple jump because I was stupid.
For me, it's always the wall jump that gives me trouble. Like, I can triple jump just fine, but the wall kicks just... They don't work. The star says they do, but they don't.
Oh, what is that? Like a little dash? It's like if you press
I wonder
spin.
if he included... I remember him hearing
That's
something
cool.
like he included legacy fields as an unlockable here, but just a fun fact, fields here went through an entire resprite.
Recently?
Because Starlight wasn't proud of the original sprite. Yeah.
Well, you know,
So he just
I
made
think it was worth it because I'm just looking at the running sprites. Look at those running sprites. They're just like, I really appreciate well-made running sprites. Like the other angles, I'm mostly talking about because the side angle on this running sprite is really nice.
Let me get a good running start real quick.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, it really is a ridiculous amount of work to sprite an entire character.
Props to everyone who does it.
Especially if you're gonna like have it be like a fully realized like Sonic style character with all these details and everything.
That's
I
a
could
lot of
not.
work.
Well, not that I could not, but like, you know, the amount of
A sprite?
the amount of learning that would have to go into like someone like me to make a character like this, it would be so many hours.
Yeah, really. Spriting out a whole character requires more drawings than I've made in my entire life.
Honestly, same.
Yeah. And you know,
See,
it's not that it's like a magic thing that like, you know, I wouldn't want to like chalk it up to like, oh, they're just talented and we're not or whatever. But it's just like the dedication, the hours you put in, and the love.
I mean, like,
Like-
yeah, because like people show their love in different ways. Like, maybe Kwiin's not so good at art, but he's good at maps. You know, he puts his talents in other areas.
I'm gonna respond to this by making a character at some point, at some period of time.
Good. I'm looking forward to Kwiin the Hedgehog.
I already have an OC, but it's a meme. His name is Weed. He's a bird.
Hattie says, "I'm turning."
I just
Krabs into
realized-
Sprite."
There's another thing I forgot to mention. Another topic I really wanted to cover was Sunset over Chaos. And I just played this today in preparation for the show, and it is kind of crazy.
I'm getting it up right now.
Yeah, Sunset over Chaos is a play on the Sonic object configuration scripting thing. I don't even know if you could call it a scripting language. It's more of a monstrosity that should never see the light of day.
The renamed Decorate.
But
Ooh, Fields has Mario damage. I'm not sure how that plays with these bosses, because basically how Fields damages, you have to hit them from the
with your feet.
Yeah,
Well, you could always do that weird like rolling dash, maybe.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
you know what?
like,
I forgot to add something real quick.
the only thing I see when I look at this mod is I'm just thinking to myself, why would you subject yourself to the torture of creating this in sock?
For the challenge.
Because they're not a coward, that's why.
Yeah, but you know, it's really impressive, and it's just like, oh yeah, that is way better with the boss health bar. You
Yeah.
definitely need the boss health bar.
Target.
Target.
People who say Target, and then people who say Target, like a Chad.
Oh, we have Dracon in the chat right now.
Oh, wow.
Literally for the challenge. Look, I mean, if that's what you get your satisfaction from, then why don't you like port SRB2 to like a rock or something? I don't know. It's definitely really cool that you were able to pull this off, so kudos. I used to be a 100% stock purist because I couldn't learn Lua. Oh, look, Lua's easier. I know it's hard to learn how to program.
Why code?
I know it's hard to learn how to program,
can
but
code on
sock
rock.
is like
No, soccer is easy. You just gotta remember that it's old and you can barely do anything in it, and then suddenly all the avenues present themselves.
Yeah. I mean, this definitely doesn't count as barely anything. It's actually incredible. And there's like 7 whole bosses here, and they're all unique and have all these crazy attacks. And there's like a funny plot where like everyone makes fun of like SRB2 1.09.
Dude, yeah, like the I don't even know if I should say it just for spoilers, but I want to assume everyone's played it by now, but
I haven't.
Yep, I will keep my mouth shut.
Hey, look, when I say Sock is harder than Luo, what I mean is it's harder to do what you want.
I suppose so, yeah. Like
yeah,
you just have a lot more freedom with Lua.
Yeah, because I'm sure that a lot of what this mod was dictated by the limitations.
I do love these beach ball graphics. They just remind me of beach balls.
They're really, the hitbox is really misleading on those, though.
Yeah, for real.
So, something that's also cool about Sunset Over Chaos is that these bosses are actually resources, and they're intended to be reusable. Like, Dracon wants you to like use these bosses in places. And because of this, and because some of them are really good, we're Mystic Realm Community Edition, we're planning on potentially using the dragon boss that's in this pack.
Oh, yo, dude, for real?
I love that dragon boss.
I'm sorry for freaking out.
Can you go ahead and just warp to the dragon boss?
I believe that is don't be fooled. That is not map 01. That is map 01. So.
What the hell? Oh, I guess. Huh.
Yeah, like not 01, but like. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like don't
it's
keep.
Probably the 5th one.
My name is made up of zeros, not O's.
Oh, it's the 6th one. It's 06.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Dracon. Yeah, the dragon is definitely the big achievement of this mod, in my opinion. It's
it was
really
so exciting fighting this. It's such a really cool boss.
It's scary. It's scary. Look how big this is.
Yeah, and it hates SRB2 modern versions because it's a big lizard that doesn't like slopes or something.
This is gonna be such a challenge with feels.
Slopes right in his room.
I love this. And also,
close to them and then
you might not catch this, but I believe every boss, or a lot of the bosses in this pack, use sprites with 16 angles, not 8.
Yeah, Dracon uses like pre-rendered models for a lot of their sprites.
Yeah, but the fact that it's pre-rendered allows you to like really get this high fidelity rotation without having to draw
I know
everything.
I'm saying that's why.
Oh,
yeah.
They use pre-rendered.
Yeah.
Wow.
I dig the aesthetic.
I believe there was a tool that helps do this kind of sprite, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, for Blender. Really sick.
You just saw
I have to say I was impressed with this.
Larz getting absolutely pooped on with these flames.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have dev mode on. Excuse me.
So wait, I just realized you can jump high enough with the triple jump that you can probably hit him.
When you're not supposed to?
Yeah.
This is actually really challenging with feels, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm determined.
Red
If
milk.
you're not really feeling it.
I'll give you one more attempt before we boot you out of this. For
I'm
the
really
next topic.
feeling it.
Come here, Mr. Shulk. Oh, no! Oh, come on. What is it doing? Oh, it's sleeping. There we go.
What a lad.
Wait,
I love this worm
did he just
thing.
get locked up? Oh, never mind. Yeah, there he goes.
Wait.
Yeah, it just kind of like takes a nap sometimes. I think all the bosses' names start with Sunset or something. To be honest, like the lore, there's a lot of text, but I think it is worth it just for the in jokes and like the, I don't know. It's kind of like Segoy style like in jokey stuff.
And there's a good message to take away from it too.
The text is as stupid text as Sugoi, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
Dracon, can you confirm that these bosses share the same continuity or canon with Nazia, however you pronounce it? Because I know that there's like a bit of lore with that character as well.
Oh,
yeah, I'd make a joke about someone being named Sunset Overdrive, but the only thing I remember about that game is some guy going, "I just got finished browsing Reddit."
He would make for a character that would fit in here.
Oh, I just realized there's nothing else on the show notes besides OLDC, and we definitely need to do our own episode for that.
No, yeah, something that big would be a cast into itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I put so much stuff on the show notes. I really wanted to talk about everything, but we did talk about everything except for OLDC.
This is our first episode. You gotta pace yourself.
3 hour mark on this.
Yeah.
Unsure if we're going to be able to do full 3 hours for future casts, but
It doesn't have to be a weekly thing. It could be like, you know,
every 2 weeks, every month.
yeah,
whatever.
whenever we want to.
I think the best course of action is whenever we feel like it.
I'm down for buy or try weekly.
Yeah, bi-weekly sounds like the best option.
I think the best
fine
time to
with
do the OLDC cast is after the voting is finished, so we can freely speak our minds without feeling like we're influencing the vote.
That's a good idea.
Understandable.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure I want to, like, fully... Oh,
that's it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, no, Feels has burned.
That's a dead yes.
Yeah.
All the bats came out, they're like, what?
But yeah, it's like 12:30. It's pretty late for me, and I think this is a pretty good spot to wrap things up.
Yeah, 'cause I gotta get heading to bed soon.
Wow, I just really locked
Thanks
myself.
for having me on. It was nice.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was good to invade yet another podcast, just like I ruined Jarcast.
I
That's
appreciate
why
it,
I'm
dude.
dead now.
You're still welcome to come back.
Oh,
And like I said
I'll
with
be
Sev,
back. I won't,
and like
I'll
I
be
said
back
with
until I
Sev,
end up accidentally killing it again.
you're welcome to come in, even if you want to come in like 2 hours into the cast to say one thing and leave, like whatever. I don't care.
It's pretty fluid.
That goes for everyone.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. But
Guess we
yeah, I
should
think
just sign
that's
off now.
pretty much about it. Yeah, we should be signing off now.
Alright.
I'm
good night,
actually
everyone.
really happy we got just a small handful of viewers. I was not expecting.
Small handful. At max, we
Or
had
you know what I
50
mean.
viewers.
We had
50?
50 viewers. I'm very happy
Yeah.
we had 50 viewers.
Good job, guys. And thanks, dude, Apollyon, and Seth
Yeah.
from the future for joining the podcast.
Oh no, but yeah, this was great. I enjoyed this.
So Larz, what about the VOD? How is that gonna? Are we gonna have like a YouTube channel or something? Like I don't know. I don't even know. Well, let's figure this out like right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna download the VOD. It's gonna take a while to download and upload, and like
Okay.
But you can find the VOD over at my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/LarzTard. And I'll just make a separate playlist for everyone just to view, and I will definitely post it in the thread and around different like servers as well, just in case if anybody missed it.
Awesome.
So
All right, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna do like an audio only option, just because this cast is so visual. Like it's kind of. I don't know if you'd want to listen to this without seeing it.
oh
Maybe
yeah,
check out
but,
the sick gameplay.
hang on. Zoltan said you can directly transfer a stream to YouTube. How do you do that?
I suppose that's another thing.
I know how you do that.
out.
You do that by saying this is the official endpoint, and the YouTube video ends right now.
Okay, this is the
Unless it
end
doesn't.
point. All right.
Thank you, everyone. Seriously, I don't
Thanks
know.
for watching.
I seriously did not think people would want this to exist, and I was just kind of like, I want an SRB2 podcast, so I'll make my own with blackjack and hookers. So there it is.
Well, I'm
should
really
be
glad
giving
that I
the
reached
kids,
out to
man.
you, Krabs. Like because you
Yeah.
because I know you said you wanted to do it, but then I got tied up with finals. But hey, we made it work in the end. So and it's good to be here. So thanks for letting me come on and just help out. With
Yeah, I'm
everything.
glad. I'm glad it was you that reached out. So thank you.
No problem, man.
I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, everyone.
Same.
All right.
Good night.
See you guys.